Yes, you're quite right, Alexander. You can indeed ship solar sails. Somehow I managed to miss it when I was hunting for them in the last stream. Um, since then, in the video, I commented on it as well and said, "Oh yeah, it looks like it turns out you can." Somebody commented on the last stream, I think, as well. So yes, turns out, yeah, you can ship the solar sails around. However, I don't feel quite so bad about it as I might do, because it turns out it requires one of each of the ingredients to make a solar sail, but it makes two. Sorry, no, it requires one of each ingredient to make two solar sails. So you put two things in and get two things out. So actually, it's no less efficient to ship them to ship it in this way as I did, except that it means I'm doing the building on the other planet instead of on my main planet. But apart from that, it doesn't matter too much. So it's annoying and a little bit silly that I missed it, but it's not the end of the world. I apologise for making you scream at your TV. Oh dear. I'll try not to make any dumb mistakes this time. So give me maybe 10 minutes, then I'll start making them. I, as far as I can tell, I think the stack sizes for shipping things in Dyson Sphere program are the same. I think it's always 200 items per logistic ship. Now, it's possible I'm wrong about this as well. You never know. But um, my gut impression is that it doesn't matter whether you're shipping well, what it doesn't matter what you're shipping, all the stacks are exactly the same size. We shall, but yeah, I could be wrong. You never know. Ah, there we go. So there's another confirmation. Thank you. Yeah, so it looks like the stack the amount you can ship is determined by the ships, not by how far they stack. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know because it fits with what I thought, but with this being a game, so I'm fairly new to, I wasn't certain. Right, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, at the moment the ships do seem to be transporting enough stuff around, so it's probably okay. We'll see how it goes though. Oh, okay, that's a shame. Um, but it's very very kind of you to drop in just to tell me I'm wrong. I appreciate that. It's very internet. Well, 600 is pretty good. Yeah, and yeah, so the 200 they're on at the moment is okay. It's okay for my purposes at the moment, but yes, if I imagine if I was transporting stuff a lot further, then having a much bigger ship would be very useful. Yeah, it is interesting that you can put loads and loads of resources into making, I don't know, an oil refinery, and then it's the same size as a single iron plate. But never mind. And to be fair, you got the same sort of thing with say Factorio as well, in that you can fit many nuclear reactors into your pockets and all that sort of thing. There's a bit of doing silly shenaniganry in there for gameplay purposes, which is, I mean, I can certainly forgive it because I can imagine what the game would be like if you didn't have that sort of thing. Yeah, but then it's the fact that you can turn several tons of all of the different things into one of the you can turn many different things into a single item, which stacks just as far in a spaceship. That's the bit where it starts to feel weird, I think. But yeah. Oh no, it's going to get very quiet in here. Well, everyone else who's here will have to just talk lots more. So, I was going to say something. What was it? What was I going to say? I've got 2 minutes to think to remember what it was and start saying it at least. Yeah, I suppose the alternative is to have something a bit like some of the early Warcraft games, where you can put down or I think the Age of Empire games as well, actually, where you put down a blueprint, and so this is basically saying, here, go and build the thing here, and then all of the robots will fly out, or the little orcs will go out and say zug zug, or whatever your peons are called in that particular game, will go out and then take the resources out there and build the thing. So you're actually never carrying any of them around with you. But then in those games you don't have a player character, whether it's some sort of big stompy robot or it's your engineer running around. You're just putting down, you're this omnipotent god who just says, here, do make this thing here, make this thing here. And actually omnipotent isn't particularly accurate because there's lots of things you can't do. But the idea is you say you put down instructions, you say go and make this, and they'll wander over and do it. So exactly, Bobo. Yeah, you can have 600 massive launch towers, or you can have 600 pieces of iron. Yeah, it's a little bit of a difference there. Oh, an appropriate bit of the intro video, given what I'm about to play. Oh, I'm going to have to try very hard not to yawn all the way through this stream. I shall do my best and apologise in advance for it. Well, the odds are I'll still probably be playing in a couple of hours. I tend to go for about 3 or 4 hours, depending on how tired I feel and how close I feel like I am to some sort of major breakthrough. If it's just sort of tinkering around the edges, then I'm more likely to stop and go, yep, that'll do. Whereas if there's time's up, let's start streaming. Yep, that looks like it. I can see myself, and I followed the feedback I got in my questionnaire and shrunk that window down a little bit around me so you can only see sort of little face box rather than rather than taking over half the screen with other stuff. So I'll just need to make sure I don't move around too much as I going. So welcome everyone. Hello, thank you for joining me. And this is Laurence Plays, and today is a Wednesday, so that means it's a Dyson Sphere program day. It also means it's been a week since I played this game, so I'm a little bit rusty on what I need to be doing. But I do remember that I'm shipping out all of these bits and pieces, the graphene sheets and these photon combiners, I think they're called. They're all going into the big machine of doom over here in order to be shipped out to parts unknown, well, parts very known, the other planet I'm playing around on. And if we look in here, we can see that we've not got very much of either. So I think I'm going to need to do a little bit of boosting of the inputs for these. So basically, so that I can carry on making the solar cells nice and quickly. So if we look over here, then we can see the input here is rather limited by the glass input. So I don't know why I flew over here. I actually need to go this way. Bouncy bouncy. Come over here, and presumably somewhere over here there's going to be stone being turned into glass. Yes, here it is. Thud. So here we have, yeah, this is currently the bottleneck. We've got and there's not really much room to put extra supplies in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to build another glass supply somewhere else because this is a bit feeble and there isn't really room to expand it. So where shall I put it? I think the obvious answer is to put it somewhere further up this belt and then have an addition, maybe over closer to the stone mine itself over there. Except the stone mine currently isn't actually supplying enough stone to keep all of the requirements completely satisfied. So maybe the best answer here would be to consider having another stone mine if there's one in a. Okay, there's another potential stone mine here. So I could start mining from here, turn that straight into glass, and then shove another belt through here, somewhere through the middle of here. Or alternatively, I could do it over here if there's crude oil there. Coal. There's some stone over here. That's not a bajillion miles away. I could have a glass production facility around here and then feed that into the bus from the opposite direction. That's quite doable. Or here, actually, this is even better. This is much closer. And it's got a friend just over here as well. So we could, yeah, let's start another stone mine over here. Turn it straight into glass, and then whack it onto the bus. I don't think the bus is going to get this much wider, at least not before it gets past here. So I think that's going to work quite well. And then get that fed up here. Achievement run, interesting. Well, I haven't got far enough into this. This is my first ever go at the game, so I'm not worrying about any achievements or anything like that. But I'm just going for trying to do stuff. I haven't even looked at the achievements actually, but yeah, no solar sail launches, no rare resources, no. What's a rare resource? But yeah, no foundations, no solar cell launches. Well, the solar cell launch, I suppose, yeah, you could power everything by burning hydrocarbons. That's a possibility. I can see how it would be quite annoying, but you could certainly do it. Uh, that one. Um, but doing it, but yeah, not using any foundations, that would also be quite annoying. So basically, you're just going on a maximum irritation run, aren't you? Is that a fair way to look at it? Just playing the game in the most frustrating way you can think of. 7. I mean, I get 10 if I could put it there, but I can't. I saw another 7. 8. 8's pretty good. Well, I'm happy with that. So I'm also going to need pylons. Oh, you're doing it as your very first go. Okay, yeah, that is crazy then. In that case, and I can see going for and all of the difficulties. Oh yeah, you can't do that, can you? I keep forgetting. You can't click and drag. I can see going for a difficult run if you already know what you're doing and you find the base game just a bit too easy, so you want to make it harder. But doing a challenge run as your first run, yeah, that seems a little bit masochistic. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to declare you a complete lunatic at this point. Oh, okay. So it's like that. The what do you call it? The candy floss thing that you can have for making. I can't even remember what it was now, but there's something you can make out of little bricks of little cubes of what looks like candy floss, and that apparently makes you a thing. I don't really know. But it seemed like an alternative way of doing it. Okay, so arc smelters. So we'll just have a row of these. Oh, one, bump, 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 bump. And since I've got 8 for them, let's just use all of the ones I've got in my pockets. There we go. I've forgotten how to play this game while I've not been playing it. So there we go. That comes. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's a nice build there. And then it's right click to deselect things. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. And then we can have that coming along there. And this is the point where I realised I should have put the inserters in before I did the before I put everything on the. I should have put the inserters in when I did the first one rather than when I did the rather than afterwards, because then I could have copied and pasted and got the whole lot. But never mind. At least I can copy and paste the recipes after I program this one to make silicon glass. There we go. No, no, but those aren't the shortcuts, Laurence. That's Factoria. There we go. Right, and now I need shift click to build to copy. There we go. I'm nearly there. I've nearly worked out which game I'm playing today. Oh, no, I need another one. In fact, so let's put that there and put that. Um, then I can take this one out, and then I can put in another one. I'm just trying to tidy this up a bit. Why are you making it difficult? No, okay. So take this one and put it. What's the longest it'll reach? About about there. That'll power everything. There we go. Nice. So there, right. So we now have glass being produced, hopefully by all of these machines. No, these ones are all complaining. They don't have input inserted. Well, I went along. I put inserters on all of these. Why did you not do it? Right, I've got inserters and exserters and everything. They all seem to be happy. I've got little turny things on the top. Right, I'm gonna call. I think that's good. Yes, I do know about the shift click uh, copy paste thing. I just forgot about it before I started building because I'm, as previously mentioned, not entirely used to this game. Oh, and you can't turn belts around. That's going to be frustrating. Okay, so we'll go up here like that. Anyway, get to there, I think. Then I need to put in one of these, but in this configuration, like that. And then we put the belt into it like that. Then I said, then we put the belt into it like that, and then out of it again like this. And I should be able to just link that straight into the other splitteratron up here somewhere, which I can't really see very well. Is it this one? Is it you? Yes, it is you. So put that into the bottom of there like that. Then we have a little bot frenzy, and we can place down all of this, and that should get me some more glass. Excellent. Right, so that's the first problem sorted. Except, well, I mean, it's sort of sorted. As long as basically as long as this system over here is the only thing that requires the glass, um, in large quantities, then we'll be all right. So we're gonna so the rest of the base should is presumably has been okay on the amount of glass that's been pumped in before. So if I select this and say input priority from there, then this one is just going to back up, and then that will feed back, and then anything else that requires glass we'll just use it from the other side. So that should be fine. I could pull up all of this belt all the way along here, but that seems a little excessive for now. But as we see, this now means all of the glass in the world coming in here, so anything that's causing problems will now be due to something completely different. I don't know how much this is going to increase my production by, because I didn't really see how much where the shortages were. I do notice that this actually, a lot of this is not making it through there, so we must have had a real shortage. Wow. I also note that this machine doesn't seem to be doing anything. Why are you sad? Because you're full. What's going on? You're not. Oh, you're not. Oh, I see it. Presumably, that belt actually needs to come slightly further. What? I can't tell what's going on in there. It's too crowded and too squeezed. Um, no, not the sorter. Belt down. Oh, it's because of the weirdness. Right. Okay. Let's put in another sorter then. In that case. So no. This is difficult. This is all very tight and squished into a very small space. So let's see if we can get this to work. And I think the problem here might be because we've just gone over the border between this pattern and this pattern, so nothing really quite lines up as it should. Now, how we're going to deal with this, I'm not quite sure, but let's see if we can get Yeah, I think this isn't working. Interestingly, the input is, but then the pass-through isn't. I think what I'm going to do here is delete those two buildings, because that just doesn't seem to be working, and that power tower. Right, and let's delete a little bit of belt in here as well, and then try and work this out on the next area. So, if we take this, can we feed it to there? We can. Okay, so this can come along here like that, and this can come along ooh, like that. Apparently, is there still room between those for a machine? So we've got. I'm not sure. Let's find out. No, it doesn't fit. Lovely. Okay, so we need to go on the next thing across. So I mean, this makes sense. I mean, this is how the world is going to be, isn't it? Because we're building on a sphere, we've got a grid on a sphere. So if you want to keep things roughly the same size, you're going to have this sort of crazy shenaniganery going on. So we can put that there, and then that will probably work. Next question is where can we put this here? Then the belt has to go along that one. So we take this from here to here. This is weird, fiddly, and awkward. I'm not sure I approve. But I mean, I put the belt in the wrong way around as well. I definitely don't approve of that. Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, as I say, I understand that you're going to get some funny business going on when you try and map a nice square grid onto a onto onto a sphere, but still, it's fiddly and awkward. So put that one there. That seems to work, and that one Well, it would work there if that belt did something slightly different. So let's do something slightly different with the belt. Put that there. And now and then this can come along here and to there and then go on to there. Okay, that'll work. Right. That looks kind of painful and just a bit weird. And yeah, as I say, I understand why it's painful and a bit weird and a bit what you're doing, but it still is a bit weird and a bit painful and a bit what you're doing. Put that there. Let's also have some power for me because apparently I'm running low. Boom, there we go. Charge up the robot. And now I can put in a couple more of these as well like this while I'm at it. Like so. There we go, let them build that. Um, yeah, I don't think I want to make straight lines with the belts because it would sort of. I mean, yes, it would sort of help because then I'd have because then, yeah, places like that, maybe I could cut the corners off and stuff like that. But most of the time, I want the belts to be on the grids so that the machines that are running off the grids can grab stuff off them. And also, it makes it a bit easier to visualize where everything's going. Whereas if I had a belt going diagonally across the whole factory, I just look at it and go, "What are you doing? That's horrible and ugly. I don't like it." So I think this is probably better. Um, I mean, I suppose the alternative is you put down rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of these of the assembly machines, and then you say, "I want the belt to follow the edge of it. I don't care exactly what's going on." But yeah, I suppose yeah. Okay, so I could go and I could go, not you, not you, not you, um, probably not you, and then I could select a belt from here, and I could go from there, and I could say like that. And then you got a slightly nicer angle, I suppose. Yeah, I mean that's perhaps better. I struggle to care either way. I think it's probably all right. What is quite interesting actually is notice how much of a gap there is between the building and the belt there, and there isn't here. In fact, they overlap slightly again because of the shape of the planet and the fact that we've crammed a square grid onto a spherical planet. Oh, okay. Well, I've gone slightly over then. I suppose I also don't seem to have an entire yellow belt of glass coming through, so that's more of a problem as well. That's true. I could make some. Well, I could make some. I could make some definite spaghetti. I'm not sure whether it'd actually be lovely, but I could certainly make some spaghetti. um. So yeah, okay. For now, so the limiting factor now is how. Is it the stone? Yes, the limiting factor is how quickly I'm pulling stone out of the ground. So I could put in another miner if I have one. I do have another miner, so I could put that in. I could put that in here and cram a little bit more round, and then I could upgrade all of the belts to the next up tier of belts. Um, I think I don't want to do that just yet, though. I think I'll just link this to up here somewhere. Okay, not there, but there we go. So I'll link that into there, and we'll have a little bit more stone coming through that way. And apparently, well, all right. Let's not put the pylon there. Let's put the pylon there, so it powers both of them. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I've got some. I do have some interesting pasta moments going on. I think the most spectacular is this area around here, where I've got just got quite a lot of belts trying all going through the same place, more or less. Um, and then there's some nonsense like this bit here, which I decided in the end actually is not remotely necessary. I didn't need that spaghetti. Um, so yeah, there's a few places where I've taken advantage of the 3D-ness of it, but most of the time, yeah, I've managed to keep my pasta to a reasonably flat level. So it's the what's the long thin flat pasta? It's that one maybe. I don't know. Oh, shift for not off grid placement. That's interesting. Yeah, I've worked. I've realised I could rotate. I've got the sense of the two in the different angles here, but I hadn't twigged that I could do a that I could put them off grid. That sounds like a nice but also horrible idea. It's one of those things that definitely sounds like a good idea, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. We're also producing. I mean, all these machines are working. It's not producing quite a full belt. I think this is probably sufficient for my current needs. Um, I've 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 multiplied the amount of glass coming through by several, so we've now got a lot more of these things coming through. I don't think these are going to be the limiting factor. I don't think I need any more. I don't need to be launching the solar cells any faster than I currently am because there's enough out there that well, if we look at the Dyson nus, I've got 100 and I'm using 75%. I'm using 75%, or just under 75% of the power that's being generated. So, and at the current rate of launching, I'm going to almost double that. So, I need to carry on building nice and quickly in order to have my two in order to try and keep up with the amount of power I'm producing. Now, obviously, you don't have to keep up with the amount of power you're producing, but you know what I mean. Yeah, maximizing miner placement does make sense. I will fully agree with that. you you're not wrong about that, but I just haven't bothered. I guess I don't at the moment. I think the way it's running at the moment is I was going to say it's sufficient, but I've had to put in a second miner, so it clearly isn't. But it's good enough. Can I put these in here? Yes, I can. Can't put these in, even though that's where they're going. But yeah, never mind. Can't put these in either because it's full. But okay, that's not too bad. Right, I think the next thing to do is to go, what next? Actually, first come think of it. The first thing to do probably is to go. I don't have enough of this these the graphene being made, which is excitable carbon coming in here, and it seems that the problem is a shortage of excited carbon. I know it's not called that. I can't remember. I can never remember what it is called. Energetic graphite. That's base. Energetic graphite is basically excitable carbon, isn't it? I mean, it's sort of the same. So that's coming from over here, where we have right. So we have a full belt of coal coming in, being turned into excitable carbon, but it's not enough. What's the recipe for this? Um, two coals to one carbon. Right. Okay. So that the reason this is insufficient is because I've got yeah, I'm trying to put the reason this is insufficient is because I've got one of these coming in, which means I've got half a belt coming out in total, and that's just not enough. Now, there's a little bit more being, or at least there can be a little bit more being made by these machines when they start turning hydrogen into, no, turning oil into hydrogen. Um, but at the moment, they're not doing anything because we're not really using any hydrogen. So I think the best solution for this, right? Okay, hear me out. Is to cut the best solution is to cut this here and let that all disappear into the machines like this. Then it's to trundle down here. Oh, we've got coal output down here as well. That's unfortunate. Never mind. Do that. Let this trickle through. It's a good thing we don't seem to be using any of this coal because it won't have been being given any for like ever. Then we'll cut this belt and this belt. And what I'm going to do instead, cut that one and cut that one. Oh, and also cut that one. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the coal down the outside of these belts and have the energetic carbon go down the middle because it's twice as dense essentially. So we'll take this belt here. Exactly, GGG. Yes, because we need twice as much coal as we need the carbon. I'm going to do it the other way around. In fact, this one's going to have to hop over the gap. Um, so we'll take this one from here, go up, go down. Fine. Take that piece out from here. No, from here, go down to here. There we go. Can do that. And then from over here, well, I'll because I'm lazy, I'm going to link this one into here because it's right there. Then I'm going to go. Ah, crap! I need 4 outputs. So we're going to we're going to delete a bit here, and we're going to copy that, put it in here. Belt goes in, belt comes out. Can't explain that. Belt comes out, goes around here like that. There we go. Okay, so there we go. That's going to fix fixed the inputs. Now the big problem here is that all of the splitters are the wrong way around. So I think I'm going to be lazy about this and just go like this, and then take out that one and that one. And now I can put in that, and then I can copy this all the way along here, like this. And now the bots will do that. And this is probably going to be easier than any other method of turning everything round would have been. And then as we come along the other side, we'll put them in with a slight offset, so that the inserters will work like this. There we go. And now this is going to be the output of energetic carbon, like that. That can all flow out there, and this should seriously increase the amount of it I can make. We've now got, because we've got 2 belts flowing in, we've got 2 belts coming out. One of them, yes, is having a little bit pulled off that way. I'm going to prioritize this direction because that's where this is sort of more important, I think. Worst case, if it all flows that way, which it won't, but if it did all flow that way, we'd still be making the coal along here. We haven't got enough power for reasons, so put one of those in there. Goodness knows why, given the system was working before, but that's not the reason why. Okay, Tristan, have fun. Um, Okay, so I mean, we're now into the position where we don't quite have enough coal coming in, but we are using all of the coal that's coming in. So this is now better. And in fact, this belt is not full, but it's fairly full. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to leave these glass machines down here running, because why not? Basically, let's put in another one. Let's not put in another one. Um, Hmm. I don't know why that. Yes, I do. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have all the glass is going to be used up by other things, but in worst case, as it travels along here, it should keep everything else happy. And then if there's any left over, it can be all be sent down there to be used for the photon combiners. Right. So that's cured the energetic carbon, which comes over here. Where's the? Yes, here we go. This is where we're making the graphene. And now we have a good flow of this coming in. So we've got a good flow of the graphene coming out as well. This seems to be not quite enough, but pretty damn close. So I think I'm happy with that. So now we should see if we look on here, we should see that yeah, there's more in there. I mean, okay, sure, every time it gets to 200, a spaceship's going to grab it all and take it all away. So we're never actually going to have much more than that in there. But the general theory is good. I'd like to look at the other end, and see what's available on the other planet. But as far as I'm aware, there is no way to get a sort of a essentially the navsat view from Factorio space exploration. There's no way to get that sort of view on other planets and just have a look at things and see whether they're working. You actually have to go over there to investigate them yourself, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. And also, where did I leave my charging things? Oh, yeah, it was over here, wasn't it? Wasn't it? No, did I pick them up again? I did. Oh, well done me. I remembered something. Here, mark it in the calendar. Okay, so I've significantly increased the amount of solar sails I can produce now. So I think I'm going to call that good enough because we were producing them more than fast enough before. We're now producing them about 3 times faster than that. So pretty happy with that. I think that's we can call that sorted. So let's have a look at science. And I probably should have had all of these running while I was doing other things. But what do you integrated logistics system? What do you do? Automatic pilot. I'm not sure I entirely understand what that does. I'm guessing it puts twice as much stuff onto a conveyor belt. Hmm. I don't believe I do have a sulfuric acid planet. I have a sulfuric acid factory that's making it from oil and stuff, but I don't believe I'm making it from. I don't believe I have a planet that's made of it. Energy storage sounds fun. I might make a couple of those just so I've got a little bit something to deal with little bits of bumpiness in my power demand. I'm high speed assembling processor Mark II assemblers. That could be nice. Sure, why not? Mini fusion power generation. I don't think I need this. I've got enough coming in from solar sails, so let's not bother with that. High strength material. That sounds carbon nanotubes. Sure. Um, sounds useful. Let's have some carbon nanotubes. Okay, yeah, stacks items and that's sort of what I expected. So that's good. Cashmere crystals for making scarves out of. Sure. Um, great. It doesn't seem that useful, but sure. I should probably be working towards a next science pack, really. So that does mean I need to get the so do the high strength material. I need that one, and then I'm going to need the particle control technology. Then I'm going to need the information matrix, and that's the next science pack. So that's quite a good way to work, I think. Presume Do you then need to use another one of those stackers to unstack it at the other end, or can you just feed the double things into a it's double things straight into a machine because yeah half the belt will be empty but you feed two belts in you feed two belts into those stacker things and then have the stackers merge onto the same belt and you get presumably twice as much down it, otherwise what would be the point? But then presumably you're then going to need another unstacker at the other end to split them all back out again into their individual into single height stacks so that the machines can grab them. I would imagine. I don't know for certain, but I'd imagine it to be like that. Interstellar power transmission. Wow. Oh, you make it into an accumulator. Oh, right. So it's not mass. It's not an interstellar beam. It's charge up a battery and then send. What? Surplus electricity can be made into full accumulator, transported to another planet, and then released through the energy exchanger. Right. Yeah. So basically, it's a battery charger. Sure. Um, gas giant exploitation does sound fun. I don't need an enormous amount of hydrogen at the moment, but I mean, at some point that's going to be useful. Vertical launching silos, planetary ionosphere utilization, but I need gravitational cube. Oh, I need various things that I haven't got. So yeah, I can't do that yet. Oh, inserters can grab stacks. Okay, in that case, that could be quite useful for things like the coal or anything I want to get a bit denser on the bus, or have multiple miners in the same place. Okay, that could be quite useful then if it does stack. Hmm. Central brain needs more energy. Total power generation of the. Oh right, I've got to that. I've got to 200 megawatts. Awesome. That's a lot of energy compared to what I'm using at the moment. Satellite power distribution system. Okay, nice. Um, but I don't think I actually. I don't really know what I need at the moment. It's sort of this weird point where I've got to. I don't know where to go next. So I'm going for the next science pack because that's what you do in these sort of games. Um, can't do that. Could do that. More inventory capacity, always useful, but more bots, definitely useful. Let's have that one. So I'm just going through and saying, yeah, let's have some of that. Let's have some of that. Let's have this. Let's have that. Drone engine. Yeah, and again, faster bots, useful. Drive engine. That would be nice. Being able to fly a bit faster. That's probably enough for now. Let's close that down. Let's leave the sciencing and have a look and see how the science is sciencing and whether there's a shortage of science to science. Yes, I have just used the word science in lots of different ways, most of which don't actually make English grammatical sense. I don't. Yeah, turn that on. There we go. All right. Okay. So we're just using blue and red at the moment, and those are more or less solved problems when it comes to producing science. Um, I think. Although that said, we're using the energetic carbon for these in quite high quantities, so that could, in theory, run into problems because we've got the aforementioned coal input problem. All right, tell you what, let's go and let's look for another coal supply. Let's build a couple of those stacker things. Have I did I start researching those? No, it's high speed assembler, not that one. No, it was this one. I didn't enqueue that one. I don't really want to take all these back out again, but let's go and build another. Let's go and find another coal mine or two. There's ship taking off. Nice. Whoosh. Let's go and find another coal mine because I seem to be turning all of it into into the energetic carbon, and it's going to start struggling soon. Okay, so there's a decent patch of it down here. If I whack in 2 miners on this, then I can probably have a belt carrying two. Or, oh, actually, maybe no. This is a point where I could start using the local logistics system. So if I go out, find lots of these coal veins around the planet. So there's another one over here. There's actually a couple up here. That's quite good. I could whack in one of these towers and then just do a local supply runs, bringing the resources from here over to here. There's still plenty of room. Actually, there's room for one more ingredient type in here. So I could dump coal out of here and then just pass it around the back over this way. That's a possibility. Yes, they do. Buffalo, buffalo do indeed. Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. I think I even managed to get the right numbers of buffaloes in that when I said it. I don't know. Is it worth doing this by logistics system? I suspect it probably actually isn't, and I might as well just run the belt over here and tap into all of this stuff. Yeah, let's just run a belt. That seems easier. But in the process of doing that, let's get some more belts because I'm down to my last 341. Whoosh. Belts, please. Belts? They're around here somewhere. I know. Oh, there they are. Belts. That's true, and I'm not making any of the small ships, so yeah, you're right. It's probably not worth making any more of those. So I need more mining drills, and I have actually used up my entire supply of those now. Mining drills are those ones. Yoink. So it was over this way somewhere, I think. No, no, it wasn't. It was this way. I've got lost. Planet's a big place. What can I say? Yes, here we go. Here are the coal veins I spotted. Right, so let's take one of these. Let's try the holding down shift to put it down in a weird place thing and see if I can get a little bit more stuff than I otherwise would. Where bloody hell? Let's go in this way then. Production? No. Did I pick up chemical plants instead of... No, no, there they are. I'm just blind. I saw a 7. I see 8. 8 if I put it right in the middle, but I can't put it right in the middle because that's not how the game works. I think 7 is probably my best bet. There we go. There's 7. Plump. And over here, well, there's not very many of them at all, so we're only going to get... I think I'm only going to get 3 out of this one at best. So we'll do the easy 3 like that, and then we'll get the rest when these run out. Okay, so power would have been a good idea. Didn't really think of that. We'll take those 2. I can put in another big tower if I need to. It's a thing that I have now made, and therefore they're easy. Um, I'm not too worried about making more of them. Where am I going with this? That way. Okay. Do that. Do this. There we go. That splits it evenly between the 2 of them. Well, as evenly as is possible when one of them's only got 3 things it's picking up from. Then from here, it was just over there, wasn't it? So we want to go that way. I'm not going to do a dead straight line because that's an abomination unto Nuggan. I'm just not going to do a straight line. There's a grid for a reason. It's going to make my brain hurt if I don't. I say there's a grid for a reason. It's not a particularly good reason, but nonetheless there is a grid, so I'm going to stick with it. Let's get the power towers in place first, like that. There we go. And then there's another weird kink because we've gone across a boundary line. But I won't shame it. Don't worry. Now come over here. I could feed into the... Yeah, let's feed into the back of that one. Oh, this is going to be weird. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here, then up to get over that, and then down again to come along here, like that. And then I'm going to come along here with the scissors and do that, and that, and that. That's too much, but never mind. Stop being in dismantle mode. There we go. Remantle. That can come around in there. This can come in there. Oh dear. Apparently I missed. There we go. And here comes the coal. Right on time. So for this one, I'm going to want to priority input from this side, because that way the stuff that's coming in from the new mine is going to go out this way first, and then for more of the stuff that's coming from these 2 is going to carry on down that way, but they can deal as necessary. So there we go. Right, that's boosted that input quite a bit now. Hopefully we're going to have 2 full belts going in basically all the time because we've got loads of coal now. Shift R for other angle, really? Oh dear. I mean, so I've noticed I've got that. Yeah, I've worked out those 3. And a Shift R. No, it's just R for the 3 angles. Okay, so how are we doing along here? This is pumping in full belt on each side, and the full belt is getting eaten up by basically the first half. No, it's been more like 2/3 of these machines. I do have a bit of an excess of them, but it's only a slight excess. It's not too bad. Okay, so this seems to be pretty good. We have a full belt going through here. However, based on what you guys have been saying, if I can get that stackometron researched, this one, let's enqueue the stackometron. Once that's researched, I can then start piling them up on here, and then they can just be fed straight in here, and these machines will happily grab them off the stacks, or grab a stack at a time. So that's going to be rather nice. Oh, shift. Oh, I see. Gotcha. With the miner placement, that makes a certain amount of sense. Whee. Okay. That just makes my head hurt even more, but it's good to know. Thank you. Okay. That is, as they say, a lot. Do we have enough oil over here? We do have enough oil. Good. High-speed assembly processor. Okay, so that's assembler Mark IIs. Great. I mean, that could be quite handy for um, you can now process raw materials more efficiently and also increase the replicator's production speed by. So does that mean? Hang on. Does that mean everything has been increased by had a speed boost? I assumed that was just going to mean I'd unlocked the Mark II assembler. I have just unlocked the Mark II assembler, but apparently other machines are now going to work faster as well. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what these numbers were before. Oh well, we'll see. I don't care an enormous amount. So that's just making a new material that I'll probably need for stuff later, but I don't need to worry about that too much. I'm not going to start making that immediately as soon as it finishes researching it. Same with that one. That's just a precursor to other stuff. So the next thing is going to be making purple cubes, purple science, whichever we want to call it. Oops, spaceship. So that's going to be a next thing to make once the science is finished, I think. And then these are just sort of. In fact, let's cancel these ones that are just upgrading the bots because I think having this will be quite nice. I just didn't really want to have to find all of that stuff again, but we'll put these back in again. So that was um, faster faster drones, faster mecha, and more bots. There we go. So we'll put them back in the queue. Um, okay, so we'll leave this ticking over. Now we're doing a yellow and red. So this is just not using the blue at all. How is the yellow science production keeping up with this? Probably okay, because it seems to require about 4 times as many reds as it does yellows. Oh, pocket craft. Oh, replicator. Yes, I think you're right. Yes, the replicator is the mechs one, whereas these are assemblers. Yeah. I think you're right, Metbar. Thank you. Okay, so over here, yeah. So because we're using this is a research that uses these 4 times as fast as these. We're actually the yellow production is actually quite capable of keeping up. The red production seems to be mostly buzzing away. Are we short of an input for this? No, we're not. I don't know. I don't. In that case, I don't know why it's not all buzzing faster. I don't know why they're all not all. Oh, because we don't actually need them. The limiting factor is now the amount of research with the number of research towers we have. So potentially, I should set. Yeah, I could do this. Get all of these to do researches now, and then take these and do it like this. Is that going to reach? It's not going to reach. It's too far. Typical. What's the best way? Not even what's the best way. What's the least bad way to do this? I've thought of a suitably bad way, so I'll do it the suitably bad way. And we're all here for the spaghetti, right? Aren't we? So, and this isn't going to work at all when I move on to when I have another research pack to put in here. But for now, it'll be kind of okay. Emphasis on kind of before anyone says anything too rude about my spaghettification. So now I can take these, I can load that one, and load that one. Too close. Oh no. All right. In that case, I can demolish that tower. I can demolish this tower, and put them back in again. So that's going to be the too close. So we'll put them here. There we go. And then now I can feed all the stuff. So now I can feed in all the science. There we go. And oh yes, I need to program it. So program you to you. Do a little bit of light. There's little bit of life in there. Come on, feed them up. More. Okay, it's a bit slow, but the theory is mediocre. Yeah, yeah. Moving the labs across was the correct thing to do there. Actually, I suppose the best way to improve all of this relatively easily would be to research the next level of stacking, so I can make these stacks even taller and put even more machines on all of these, since they seem to be basically okay. Oh, and I'm running out of core energy again. And this time I have left my charger poles somewhere. I didn't leave them over here, did I? That'd be very annoying. No. Can anyone remember where I left my charging poles? Is it over here somewhere? Here it is. Okay, that's not too bad. Probably got the energy to fly over there and recharge. Oh yeah, I did notice that one of them was struggling a bit. Okay, I'll nip back over in a moment when I've got some more. Actually, let's pick these up. Fly back over here. Yeah, we'll do that. Fly faster. There we go. Yeah, you're right. That's a bit of a nonsense there, isn't it? No, let's okay. We'll fix that as well. Power, please. Right, so we can pull up that and put down. Stop being that. So that one goes from there to there and there to there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're right. That'll help a lot. Now, interestingly, this has now caused us to be pulling the reds in as fast as is humanly possible. So that's gonna put a little bit of a damper on my research goals. Um, but the reds are being produced as fast as possible as well. So that I guess that's kind of to be expected. If I come in and double the amount of double the demand on something, I can't really expect the previous tier of machines to keep up with it. It also occurs to me that because of where my the way I've cropped the webcam, you can't really see when I start gesticulating. I'll just have to do it in front of my face like this, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, carbon nanotube, hooray! Harder than diamond, yes, good. Go to marine planets to find rare ores. Spiniform style. Okay. All right. So that's the rare material you can use to make these particular ones. That makes sense. How are we doing now? Yeah, still a shortage of reds because we're using reds at high speed. The blues are probably also being used at high speed, but the blues are better at coping. Uh, hmm. Few of the reds are sneaking through and still getting into this tower. Well, at least this means this is going as fast as is possible, given the amount of not that one. Oops. Oh, well, never mind. I don't really use the wind power anymore. Yeah, this is going as fast as possible given the number of labs I've got. Except, actually, no, it's still the energetic carbon that's the limiting factor here. Okay, Bobo. Well, thanks for joining. Come back soon. I'll be playing all evening, so feel free to come back later if you want to, if you can do. So I could do with getting a bit more of this stuff coming through. Where's it all? Right, so half of it's going down here to be right. So half of it's going down here to be made into graphite sheets, and the other half's going in here to be made into um, doohickeys. So, right. I think I'm just going to leave this running for now, as is. And my plan for slightly more long term is to configure over here, get these to stack the coals, so we're getting hopefully a little bit more through here, and then we'll be able to produce. And then I could put a stacker. I'd have to make a copy of this entire thing in order to, because yeah, you can't. Or break it out halfway along, so sort of through there, stack them here, then mix the two belts here. That could work. Yeah, that might be a good way of doing it. Yes, I think I'll go for that. Um, but that means I need these stackers, and actually I'm probably going to need yet more coal mines because these two are not producing a solid belt each. The two over there are not going. The two way over there over the horizon not going to be producing a solid belt each. So I'm not going to have a full um, two. I'm not going to have four belts worth in order to stack them into two double height belts in order to get two belts worth out of here. So that's going to need a bit of shenanigling and finagling. Yeah, if we look at this, you can see we're not actually this isn't even producing a full belt on its own. We've got not yeah, we've still not got quite a full belt coming through from here. So I'm still going to need to go off and find more coal veins. There's one there. I could probably get another belt out of that one. There's another one up here. Oh, and another one up here. So I get even more out of there, then pipe that down and just sort of finagle. It's just gonna have to come straight through the middle of here, and this is all going to be a bit hectic. Um, but if you need it, you need it. What can I do? What else can you do? I might just have to resort to that. Um, hmm. Or is there more? Or I suppose the other alternative is to do it all through the logistics craft. I could make some. In fact, I think I'm already making. Am I making the small? Yes, I'm making the small towers to make the big towers, but I'm not making the small spaceships. What do they take? Small spaceships are probably an item. Yes, they are. Here they are. Um, that's iron. Um, there we go. Iron processors and thrusters. Am I making thrusters? I'm making big thrusters. Okay, so I'm not making thrusters, so I can't make. Well, I can make those. I'll just make the thrusters, which is steel and copper. Okay, that's not too bad. So maybe I can make both of those in this gap here. That seems like a reasonable assumption. So we'll do that, and then I can have some local logistics up and running, and just mess around because I want to play with all the toys basically. Um, Yeah, well, I don't know. If you're in the middle of a SEK2 run, well, I'm playing both at the same time. But to be honest, yes. If it wasn't for the vagaries of streaming and the fact that it's my robot dancing. Are you doing the robot? I think you are. Yes. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm doing multiplayer and streaming, and therefore I can't really do we probably can't realistically play Factorio twice a week because people have lives for some reason. Goodness knows why. Um, then that's sort of why we've resorted to playing both games at once. If it was just me, then yeah, I probably would just be playing one game because playing two games is crazy, essentially. And out of the two, I would definitely choose to play the Factorio and K2SE because basically because I'm a massive Factorio nerd. I think it's a better game. If you disagree, then sure, you're welcome to your opinion, even if it's wrong. um, I would, yeah, I much prefer Factorio basically. Okay, so what do you need? You do need the processors. I thought you did. So we're going to give you them from here. I could just about reach. Is that iron? Yes, it's iron and thrusters. So the thrusters are going to come from here. And the iron is going to come from, I have no idea. But we're going to need to run iron in here somehow. You require steel and copper. There is no steel and no copper anywhere around here. So we're going to need to pull those in. We don't have them around here at all. Okay, so we need to bring iron and steel and copper. That's carbon nanotubes. So okay, here's copper. Dumpty 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 dum dumpty 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 dum. So bring that along to here. And then one of these. I said, and then no, these. There we go. Third time lucky. Except I haven't got any. Yeah. Yeah, so I think especially for me at least because I'm already no boxes because I'm already familiar with Factorio and therefore playing K2SE is sort of the it's playing in advanced mode. You're doing the sort of the interesting much more interesting stuff because it's way on into the advanced stuff that you're not really that isn't part of the main game essentially. I think that's much more interesting. However, I mean, I've heard enough things about Dyson Sphere Program to think it was worth a try, and yeah, it is definitely worth a try. It's I prefer Factorio. I think Factorio is a better game, um, but I'm definitely enjoying this and would yeah, I wouldn't say don't play it. I just would say don't play it instead of Factorio, basically. Yeah, it's a good game. Damning with faint praise a bit there, I know, but you know, uh, yeah, I am. I guess I am probably the Factorio guy, depending on who you ask, I suppose. But yeah, oh, here's the steel. So it's needed here, so we can take out uh, these three. That is three, okay, and then a copy of that in there, and then relink all of the belts because they've unlinked. And yeah, okay. Green cubes is one. No, up. There we go. Green cubes is a wee bit beyond where I've got to so far. Two science packs beyond what I've got to. So yeah, sounds like you're doing quite well. Is this a bit like how lots and lots of people get to blue science in Factorio and then give up because that's the point that Factorio becomes difficult? Have I got that right? Yes, I have. Now I just need the iron. Iron, iron, iron. Any old iron? Any iron at all? Old or new? Are you iron? No, you're stone bricks. Where's iron? Come on, it must be in here. Oh, this looks like iron. Yes, there we go. Iron. Wow, that's really not been used for a while. Fortunately, I have 2,138 belts, so this is probably going to be sufficient. Let's walk along here relatively slowly so that the bots can actually do all the building. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's a fair point. That's sort of what I was getting at with saying that I am very much the Factorio guy. Yeah, I've got all of the experience in that. So yeah, it's not an entirely fair comparison. So yeah, it's possible that if I played 2,000 hours of Dyson Sphere program, I think it was I'd have the same sort of opinion. I'd feel it was better, deeper, whatever. Um, I'm not convinced that would be the case, but I will acknowledge that it is possible. What I've seen so far, I do still think Factorio is better, and I don't think that's just due to the extra familiarity I've got with it. That's not going to work. Um, I think that the 3D and and stuff like that means that it certainly adds an extra dimension to the game, quite literally. Um, but I'm not sure that's necessarily automatically better. Um, but as I say, I am certainly enjoying playing Dyson Sphere program, so I'm not going to pack it in. I'm going to carry on. Uh, yeah, and I imagine I'm going to continue enjoying myself. So a bit further high up, please. Then go down. There we go. Yeah, so you could be quite right. I might just be saying that Factorio is the better game because I've spent 2,000 hours playing it, and therefore I'm a little bit biased. And I will admit that I am somewhat biased due to the sort of excess time I've played it for. But I still, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to say how where my bias is, but I feel like Factorio is probably. I still feel that Factorio is probably the better game. However, I may change. I mean, I may come to like this one even more. I don't know. I guess the moral of the story is play whichever one you want to play. But if you come to me for advice, I'm going to give you Factorio heavy advice because it's what I do. It's what I play. Where's the little ship? There's the little ships. Right, we've got three of them. That'll do for now as a sort of a proof of concept sort of thing. Why did I put them in there? No, that one. Control click. There we go. I probably don't want to put them in there. Come to think of it, I probably actually want to have a separate um, coal depository. So I'll have another tower over here somewhere. Rather than taking up the valuable final slot in there, let's put in a coal amatory, another logistics tower, transportation presumably. Yeah, logistics tower here because it's going to be a bit smaller. So we're going to drop that in there like that. Well, dropped in there anyway. I love how the construction bots have to fly all the way up to the top of it to put the tower in place. Yeah, blah blah blah. So coal and demand. Blah blah blah. Right. Okay, that seems fair. So if I now come over here, again, proof of concept. Let's come to here and put in another one of those in here, just because that's a good place for it. Bump, bump, bump. Right, and so now I can cut that and just all of that. Bloop. And now I can feed a belt in here and a belt in here. We're now, oh yeah, you need to be coal and you're supplying coal, and that just gets pumped in there. And I did put the robots in the other one. So now we should find, once this gets up to like, I can't remember exactly how many it is, but we should get some little, yeah, here they come. Little logistics drones flying over to come pick that up. Now, how many can you put in these things? Naught out of naught. What? That's not very helpful. They have a carrying capacity of a mere 40. You look at my Dyson swarms and my very, very bright sun. Let's try and block the sun a little bit so it's not so dazzling to see the Dyson swarms. Right. Yeah, so these are now going to transport that back and forth. They're a bit crap, but that's because there's only 3 of them. Maybe I should have used the big towers and the massive logistics ships for all of this. I don't know. Um, More casual feel. Hooray! I transported something. Nice. Where's the other one? There it is. Planetary logistics system. Yes, I think yeah, I'm certainly enjoying this. As you've seen, I've played it for I've played it for a while now. It's yes, it's definitely an enjoyable game. I'm enjoying it. It does make a nice change from Factorio. It gives some different challenges. It means there's a handful of things that you do differently, and that's always interesting as well because it again means you have to do things well differently. That's hence the description. Oh, I'm good at English, mate. Um, Up, please. Okay, and down, please. Go in there. So now that should be my supply of coal that was coming from over there. Now, if I do this, can I take out the entire million-mile long thing? No, I can only take out half of it. Okay, that's fair enough. And it's a bit much to expect it to take out the whole thing when I couldn't see most of it, let alone touch it. But right, so we've now got coal being dumped in here. It's filling up relatively slowly, I have to admit, but it's because of the number of miners. So let's put in another one of these. Uh, Rotate to about there. I can't even see how many. I think that's a 4 under it. All right, put that there then. And I still haven't quite got all of them, but that's fine. I'm going to go off and I'll build off another mining patch next because I've got plenty. There's plenty of mining. There's plenty of patches around the planet. It's just that running the ridiculous numbers of belts around seems a little bit silly. Look at me getting used to weird belts. That's definitely weird. Now I think that flood that we're getting at the moment is because yes, it is. It's because the mine had been sitting there, filling itself up, and now that's a steady dribble we're going to be getting out of it. Okay, so where was the next coal patches? Oh, so there were 2 up here. So I reckon feed both of these into a single logistics tower over here. And I've put all of the logistics bots in the same tower at the other end, in the receiving tower. So in theory, all of them will fly out to wherever I want to go. Now, can I set myself a waypoint? Because I'm probably going to get lost on the way over there. I don't think I can. I also need to. Oh, I think I should charge the robot up before I go anywhere, actually, because otherwise it's not going to make it. So my plan is to head over there, put down lots of mining drills. How many mining drills have I got? 9. Okay, that's plenty. Put down a load of those. Another one of the another planetary logistics station. Feed it all the coal, and then hopefully, and then that should start passing the coal over reasonably quickly. And we've got these little drone ship jobbies flying in and out here. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now, I am going to then want to be doing the stacking, but probably, given that the limiting factor on these, if I have it going into these things twice as quickly, it's not going to actually help. So at the moment, I'm not too worried about not having this yet. It is 1,000 blues. That's going to be quite a big research. Um, but okay. Why does that say 49 rather than naught out of? Oh, maybe it means the machines have already got them all. That's probably right. Okay, I'm charged. Let's pick up these poles and take them with me because otherwise I'll feel very silly next time I want to charge up and don't have it and can't. Um, yeah, maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'd like to say which one is sort of more casual and chilled and stuff. But yeah, they're both pleasant games. So that's is that a puddle of water here that's going to stop me putting a drill down? It probably is. We shall find out in a moment. So I want to put that there. 6, 8, 7. I can get. I think actually I probably want to put in. Yeah, I can get. I saw 7 there. Go. I can get 7 like that. I can pick up these because I don't care about power so much. Presumably putting it here, yeah, I'm going to need Need foundation in there. Okay, so let's put some foundation. Let's drop a piece of foundation in here since I've got some left. Bloop. And now that should be enough for me to get. There's another 7 here. Whoop, 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 whoop. I saw an 8 briefly, but I think it might have been red. Oh no, there's an 8. Take. There's an 8. Put that there. And then we'll stick one in on the end as well, because why not? 7, no, 7 on the, yep, 7 from there. That's pretty good. Right, that's easy enough. And then just need to power them all. This is a thing we're fairly good at. Boom, that goes there. And then we have the belts coming out of these. So we'll have that coming up to here. And here. And here. So my plan is to put the stacky things in here, here, and here. So we've only got 2 high stacks coming along here. And that'll allow me to fit a lot more stuff in. And that'll allow me to transfer it a lot more quickly into the logistics tower. So I can now whack in the logistics tower here, like that. Feed the belt in, and tell this to do coal, and now we'll pass that straight in there. I may end up. Well, we'll see how much we get out of these, because there's 20 odd in here. That's going down gradually. Actually, not going down that quickly, because it's pulling out. That's pulling it out really quickly. That's another science pack ready to build. Cool. So there we go. Now there's some gaps in there. Maybe that'll allow us to get through the backlog that's built up in here. I personally, I doubt it a little bit, but oh no, it's going down slowly. But I think, well, again, once I put the stackers in there, then it should get a lot more. I should be able to pass a lot more through. And as predicted, the logistics bots have come over here and started grabbing from this, which is rather nice. That's what's supposed to be happening. Put that in there. Good. So this is essentially working now. What I was talking about doing is then doing the same sort of thing over here. But I think what I'm actually going to do is wait until this research is finished, which is not too far off. Build up some of those piley uppy thingies and use this one as a proof of concept. Make sure loading them into here piled up works, and unloading at the other end works, and then see what I can do here. Worst case, I might need to run 3 belts from over here, 3 belts from here, and just pile them all into it separately. But I'm kind of trialing the system where you can stack all the resources up on top of each other and get twice as much through. So I think this is going to be a good as a sort of test bed. That's interesting. When you fill it up with coal, it turns into a black logistics spaceship. Interesting. Right, okay, so let's come back over here. Let's see if we've got some more. Ooh, this way. Let's see if we've got some more little logistics robots that I can put into that machine, into that, because I don't know what the limit on these is. I've put in about 14 so far, I think. Yes, 14. Let's try giving it another 11. Yep, it's taken 25 quite happily. So apparently you can shove decent numbers of them in there. Now, as I say, we just need to. Oh, we're doing. Am I doing unloading over there? I can't quite see. Look at them. Oh, look at them all go. Yeah. What? Why are you not unloading? Oh, do I need to set a filter on this? Yes, I do. There we go. Now we can actually start to unload it as well as load it. That makes a lot more sense. Grumble, 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 grumble. All right. So okay. So what have we got as inputs now? So we've got the two mines on this ore patch, passing it straight in here, and then we've got this one as an input. The rest of it is all outputs. Okay, that's as I expected. Good. Spaceship to the face if I'm not careful. Right. So this is now working as expected. How's the supply holding up? It's 3,900. We'll check back on it again in a little while and see if it's going up or down. I've not played Satisfactory. I sort of looked at Satisfactory and thought it's Factorio, but simplified in order to get a third dimension in. Whereas Dyson Sphere Program didn't feel quite so my first Factorio or my first factory game. It's hard to put my finger on exactly what it is, but I have to admit I haven't played it, and therefore I'm aware that my opinions on this are a little bit unformed, should we say? And it's a bit unfair for me to declare that no, it looks rubbish. It's terrible because I haven't played it. I do need to. At some point, I'll need. Maybe at some point I will play it. Maybe that can be the next stream after I finish Dyson Sphere program. I'll give Satisfactory a try because it's the other big one. It's the other of the two follow-ups to Factorio, if you know what I mean. The other con- the other contender for second place, perhaps. Maybe I'm being unfair, but I do feel that Factorio is the sort of the top tier, and then Dyson Sphere program and Satisfactory took that and went, well, let's do something a little bit different with the basic idea. And to be fair, Dyson Sphere program has done something. Dyson Sphere program does feel quite different. There's lots of things that are done differently. There's lots of it feels like a fairly different objective, even though there are a lot of similarities. Satisfactory. As I say once again, I can't really say it's a bit unfair for me to draw conclusions from the limited amount I've seen just from other people's comments about it. But I feel like Satisfactory does less with the concept than Dyson Sphere program does. It is more just Factorio in 3D. But I could be wrong, so I wouldn't like to I don't want to be too damning of it. It's just occurred to me that I should have built this as one of these, and then probably used the big ships with it. Partly because then I'd been using the big ships, and presumably that would have meant more throughput. But mostly because then in the future, if I start pulling it off another planet, if I start mining coal on another planet, the logistics are already in place. But oh well, never mind. I wonder how this game decides whether to send the robots off to that tower or to the tower over there. Does it send them to the nearest one that has resources? Does it send them to... I can't see them from this view. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, it looks like it sends them to the nearest one, presumably the nearest one that has resources available, which is that one. So if we send a few more over there, then eventually we'll have all of that will be used up. Did I tell this one to... Did I configure this one properly? Yes, it is supplying. No, there is some in... Yeah, there's some in transit. Okay. Well, no, there is... Yeah, there's one flying over there now. I don't know. Maybe there aren't very many flying around because this is full. That explains that. Okay, so I think the next thing to do is to have a look at purple science and just find out what's needed for this. So it's processors, which we already have. Now, this might mean that I need to boost production. In fact, this is almost certainly going to mean I need to boost production of them, which probably means I'm going to need to boost production of green circuits and electronic components as well, and therefore silicon and copper and you know how these games work. Probably going to have to push back and make lots more of all of this stuff. So anyway, to make these, we need that and particle broadband. Okay, um, which requires carbon nanotubes, which requires titanium and graphene. Okay, and crystal silicon, which is made from silicon straight up, and plastic. So I'm already making these two, I think. Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not making crystal silicon. I'm not making that one. I'm making that was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, okay. So I am already making plastic. I doubt if I'm making enough plastic, given that this is going to start being another one of those science pack things. Now, typically, I found before that the later the science research is when you're working on a harder so when you're doing a research that requires lots of different science packs, a lot of the time they use less of the more advanced ones. So you see here we need another 230 blue, 114 red, and 11 yellow. So there's the systems. This particular research require. In fact, I mouse over it. Yeah, there we go. It's 1,000 blue, 500 red, and 50 yellow. So it requires the easier ones in much larger quantities. That's not a hard and fast rule. There are some that require the same number of all of them, but in general, the harder researches, or the researches often require fewer of the harder packs. So I might not need quite the throughput of this that you might otherwise suspect, but I'm still going to need quite a lot of it. So yeah, plastic, silicon, crystalline silicon. So how do we make those? It's made in a smelting facility. So we smelt silicon again, and it turns into the crystal. Fine, that's easy enough. High purity into silicon. Yeah. Okay. Crystal. So yeah, we smelt that again. Fine, not a problem. These things Um, what's that made in? I can't I can't see where it's made. Oh, made in a chemical facility. Okay, so you need chemical facilities to make these out of the graphene. We're still going to need more graphene. That's a worry. Um, and oh, there's the no, not this recipe, the other recipe. Um, if I mouse over it, that bottom recipe, there we go. There's the candy floss that you make into a hydrogen and graphene. um, Oh yeah, while the research is running, yes, it evenly distributes them between the it pulls them in at the same it'll pull the blue ones in at twice the rate it'll pull the red ones in, it'll pull them in at 10 times the rate it'll pull the yellow ones in. But my point was that some of the well, some of the researches like this one are 1,550, so there's the drop off as they get harder. Other ones like well, this one requires the same number of blue and red, but less of the yellow. This one I don't know. This one requires the same number of all four of them. So you see, sometimes it's sometimes you require the same number of them. Sometimes you require less of the difficult ones. That's basically what I was trying to say. And that is very nearly done. So while I'm standing here, I'm going to I'm probably not going to do anything from here. Actually, I'm going to nip off over this way and set up a machine to make the automatic piler. All right, so let's get piles. Lovely. Do I have any assembly? Yes, I do. There's one. Why am I putting this down before I actually find out what it needs to build it? Because I don't know, just because. So it's a building, it's a pile, no, it's a spray coater. That one, a piler. So that requires steel, gears, supermagnetic rings, and processors. Right. Oh, you can set the radius on the logistics tower. Okay, so that'll tell you where it calls them from, I suppose. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it felt like I was expecting to have a bit of sort of control over the priorities and things of them, but I guess that's not to be. Let's get rid of that and put it back in there, because then it can pull the gears off here or directly, which is convenient because they're right there. That blunk. Then what else do you need? It was steel, it was magnetic rings, and it was processors. So steel, that's not steel. Steel is actually steel is here. Nice. And processors are here as well. Excellent. Right, okay. First things, get rid of that because it's in the way. Second thing, get rid of that, and I suppose that because I'm going to need to replace it. Then I can bring this along the back here. Back buses are a bad idea, really, but when everything is this close together, how can you resist it? There we go. And now I can put that that pylon back in there, and bloop, suddenly we have power. And that's going to be everything except these supermagnetic rings, which are being made here. All right, you know what? Let's carry on like this. So go across there, up. Okay, up two then. Hmm? Up one. Yeah, up one is sufficient. To here and down to here, and then I can just feed them in here. This is it's not horrible, but it's a bit of a dodgy construction, really. Oh, and over here I'll need another exerter to get them onto that belt. There we go, like that. Right. I mean, I feel that's a bit dodge bringing them around like this, but I also they were right there. How could I resist? Right, there we go. Now we're making stackomatrons, and we have one. I'm going to need at least four in order to do something useful with these. So we'll wait a moment for that. How is my power doing? Let's have a look at that while I'm sort of prevaricating. So we have a generation capacity of 62 megawatts, and we're using 64 of it. So I mean, this is really really easy to fix at the moment. So let's charge the bot up and then go for it, and then go for a flight. And so I'll charge up here like this, get the batteries full again, and now I can grab these receiving dishes from there, and I can just add to these things. Because now that I've got all the power in the, I was going to say all the power in the world. No, it's a lot of power from outside the world. That's sort of the point. All the power coming from all of these things. I've got loads and loads of power available coming in. You can see the extra solar cells being added to the Dyson swarm from the other planet. That's amazing. Yeah, so I can put in some more of these dishes, and we'll get a lot more power available. So let's go for a let's go on a trip. It's a Dyson Sphere thing, so we want more of the receiver dishes. We'll put one there, and that's all I can fit in this area. Great. I suppose I could put down some foundations, but I'm stubborn and don't really want to. There we go. Okay, so that's an additional two. I was going to say which way should I go to go and find the rest of them. It doesn't matter because they're on exactly the opposite side of the planet. So whichever way I fly, it's going to take the same amount of time. Where are the next set of dishes? I think I'm going to actually put in a set of them here as well. This should, so if I have some here as well, then this is going to double my available power generation. Well, I'm doubling it by putting in twice as many dishes on each. Let's actually double it and then double it again. So I put in another. If I put in, so I've upgraded. I used to have three, I think, on each side of the planet. Now I've got six on each side of the planet, and then I'm putting six on the sort of the quarter points around the planet as well. At least if I've remotely accurately estimated a quarter, which I probably haven't. So we'll also upgrade this to six. One, two, three. And then I need to take some more of these and just carry on around the planet. I'm going to run out of energy at this rate. Although I mean that no, don't put that one in. I wish I could right click on things to right click on a failed construction when I put something in the wrong place like I did just then. To cancel the build instruction basically. And then put it down again in the right place, but apparently not. That is not a thing. You know what I should actually do? Ooh, apparently I should look ahead of me when I'm placing these things so I don't run into a puddle. That'd be good. Yeah, I should check the what angle of the way around the planet I am, and I can never remember which is latitude and which is longitude. Um, just to make sure, and then actually evenly space them. Oops, that was meant to go on the line, but never mind. I hope I'm upsetting lots of people when I say things like that. Right, so let's take a look at the map. So we've got a chunk of them here at unknown position. Um, is there anything? No, there's nothing. There's nothing. No, it tells me where the robot is, but not where any of the stuff is. So I've got some there and there. That's about 90. It's not quite. It's a bit less than 90 degrees actually. And I've got some more. Yeah, I don't even know where. Somewhere along here. That's a bit more than 90 degrees, so that kind of balances out, I guess. Those are about 180 degrees apart. So I actually want the next lot to be about here in the middle of this forest. So, oh, actually, pretty much where I've got to. Okay, that's. I mean, it's not. It doesn't have to be precise. There's no reason to make sure. No, that's research. There we go. There's no reason. Oh, I've run out. Face palm. Okay. Well, where that is roughly the right place to start put in another set of them. Let's put it that way. Okay, so what was I going to do next? I have completely forgotten. Oh yes, I remember. I mean, there's two things. One is let's get some more of those. 5. Can I have one more, please? How close are you to making? Oh, there's another one. Okay. Right. Let's go and put them in, actually. Let's actually finish a job rather than before I get distracted. I mean, I know I am very, very distractible, but um, bloop, touch down here. Let's put in the 6 dishes here. One, two. These are quite big. which is why I'm just basically slapping them down wherever there's space rather than trying to put them in a perfect grid or anything like that. There we go. Right, so now, if I have a look at the power graph again, now we have available capacity 115 megawatts, and we're still only using 60-ish of it. Good. So now we've got loads of power available, and I should be able to charge my robot really, really quickly if I have enough other things. So now we've got 10 of those. Good. Let's go and play with coal. So over here, that's the main one. This is the coal one. So over here, the theory then is that I should be able to pull up a chunk of the belt here and then take one of those stackamadooberies, one of these stackamadooberies, and make sure I get it in the right way around. Yep, it's that way around, like that. And if I then link this in like this and like this, nothing happens. What? Um, oh wait, they're coming out there's half as many coming out. Ah, right. No, it has stacked them up. There's just no. Oh no, there is. It is visible. No, oh no, I take it all back. You can. They are stacked up. Yes, there we go. Right, so that has worked. I wonder, can it stack them higher than two? Maybe that's a research thing you can do. Is there? Oh, here we go. Automatic pilot destructions. Automatic pilot can greatly increase the capacity of a conveyor belt. If power supply is sufficient, it will automatically stack two consecutive incoming cargo from the low port. Outputs one stacked on the high port. Maximum cargo stack count is 4. Okay, so I could put it. So actually, even better. Now, actually, no, the question here is, what happens when these get fed in along here? Do these machines then happily? Yes, these machines will happily take them in two at a time. Right. So, I mean, could I just go a bit silly with this? Okay, even or sillier with this. What if I come along here and what if I take out a bit of this like this? Because this is high for far longer than it needs to be. What if I do this? And presumably this will work, and I can then link that to there, and oops, that to there, and it'll stack them up to 4. So 2's go in. No, 2's go in, 2's come out, as far as I can tell. Yeah, those are still only 2's. That's disappointing. I was hoping that would be I was hoping that would stack it up to 4, and I'm not really quite sure why it hasn't. Can anyone shed any light on that? While we're waiting, I'm also going to put the doublers in along here as well, because I want to stack high for everything. Is it in here? Yes. Put that there and there. Right. There we go. So now we're doubling that one, and then along here I want to double this one. I said that. There we go. And then another one of these. Oh, drone engine. Okay, yeah, cool. My construction drones are even faster. And most of the time, the drone speed doesn't really matter, and that was more than quick enough. But when you're trying to lay down those really, really long belts that I do from time to time, then it's great having really long, really fast drones. Okay, so we've got stacking. Everything is all of this is now double stacked coal coming through here, which is great because that means we're putting in twice as much into here. And that in theory means, yeah, so now it's easily got to the end of here. So what I want to do next is a bit of counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to split it here, right where the robot is. That was some impressive estimating. Well done, me. Uh, and then I want to try and shenanigan a belt out. There isn't room for this, is there? Not even slightly. Okay. I guess what I'll probably do then in that case is I just want to turn this whole belt round. It really bugs me that there's no easy way to do that. So I'll cut that there and do. Oops, no, I still want that and do that, and then this. I mean, I suppose I could upgrade to a faster belt, but this way's kind of more fun. And then up and down and up and down and up and down and stuff. Right. Okay. This is coming. Right. So this one needs to be. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, okay. No, it can do that. All right. That's not so bad then. Because what I want to do is link that in from the side there. So we prioritize this stuff basically. Then I want to put in one of these again, like this and this, and then bring this along here. See, this is where having the bots sped up is quite nice because they can do all that a bit more quickly. Then here we can cut this again with the scissors, bop bop bop, and put in one of these here, and then in, out. No, not you. In, shake it all about. Right, there we go. So now we have, in theory, we've now got doubly everything here. Let's charge the bot up, and then while I talk about what I've done. Right. So what we've got here is got all of the coal that's coming out of this mine and out of this Logistimatron tower is being put through being put through the stackers, the automatic pilers. So we're doubling the amount of coal that's on the belt. So there's twice as much going in here, and therefore the belts running along here carry twice as much in. So we should get twice as much stuff being done. It's not quite like that yet because I need to do a bit more on the supply end first. But that means we're then getting half a belt. Well, we're getting a belt of, in theory, if we've got enough of it, we'll get a belt of the carbon coming out this way and a belt coming out this way, and then stacking those as well. So we've then got double height stacks, and we can then feed both of those down here, and we've got a full belt of double stack. So essentially two belts of it going down there, and that will then feed into all of the machines way down everywhere else on the bus, and double my throughput, bang, like that, without me having to do any sort of faffery with other, well, with anything else really. This is should just work, TM. Um, and without having to go through upgrade all the belts. In fact, it also upgrades the amount of resource that can be loaded in by the inserters. So any of these science towers will be able to get their resources in twice as quickly. That's really cool because, yeah. So we in theory that means we can get all of the science made twice as quickly. We'll need to boost the inputs for it, but we don't need to boost the belts going in, and we don't need to try and somehow cram in more inserters around the towers. That's really valuable. I like that. Okay. Yes. So how are we doing? How are we doing over here? We haven't quite got it. We're not quite taking enough out of this tower. So let's no, that's not the right button. Nope, not that. Let's take this. Put another. Oh, I can put another one right next to it. Awesome. In that case, let's have three of them. Not there's room for me to bring the three belts out of here, but I can certainly do a second one. Up. Oh no, I can't. There's this in the way. What's the best way to deal with this? How can I get from here to here? I could get rid of this mining drill or I could move this mining drill to over here somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. So let's put in another mining drill around here somewhere. Probably like this. That's getting 7. 7's pretty good. And get rid of this in return. We don't need that one. We've replaced it. We do need power over here, so we can do that easily. And then we can run a belt from here. That's doing some weird things. Stop doing weird things. Go to there. That's better. Why is that open? Go away. bring this round here and into there. Right. And oops, I still do want that. Then this up and down and up and down and like that and like that. And filter to coal because you've not got anything else. Filter to coal because you've not got anything else. Right, there we go. So now I've got 3 belts of... Look at that pouring out there. Right, so I've got 3 belts of coal coming out of here. I've got a quantity of coal coming out of here that's being stacked. A quantity of coal coming out of here that's being stacked. We're piling all of that up along here as necessary. Actually, I need more on this belt because these... Yeah, these are not keeping up for this one. Okay, that makes me think actually what I should be doing here is... let's get rid of that. Now, maybe I should have the belt go the other way. Well, it does seem to be keeping up at the moment. Ooh, now it's quadruple stacking. It wasn't doing that before. Don't know why not. Maybe it's something to do with the rate it's being fed in at or something like that. But now, wow, that's even more ridiculous if we're quad stacking it. Okay, well, okay. I mean, I am okay with that. We'll it's means we're feeding even more through down here, but that's okay. We can we'll use it all up there. Oh yes, it's true. You can hide hide the various veins, can't you? I don't think I think I'm okay with this. There's a little bit of spaghetti going on here, but by my general spaghetti standards, this is pretty mild. I'm okay with this. What I am going to do, interesting. The belts coming out of here are barely able to keep up. In fact, they're not able to keep up with the demands of this system, which is very interesting. Actually, it's getting longer again now. It seems to be a bit weird. I'm not sure I entirely understand. But there does seem to be a slight insufficiency. But that said, we've got this belt that's leaving here is full, and that was the main objective to this. So I'm basically okay with that. Coal is still, well, we've taken a big chunk of it out, but we've got enough in transit to keep that full. So I think we are currently okay. So that's doing nicely. Yeah, okay. I think this is probably emphasis on probably, granted, but I think this is probably going to have solved the problem, TM. I think we now have probably have, yeah. Look how slowly this belt is moving. We have sufficient, finally, carbon coming through here. There's a single one snuck through there somehow, and I don't know how, because I don't think there's anything. There's not supposed to be anything that can produce single carbons. What's going on? Yeah, because there's a doubler here, and there's a doubler here. So how are how how was there a single one sneaking through? Maybe it was left over from something earlier. No, there's another one there. What? Maybe. Oh, I have a possible theory. I think if there's a big gap on these belts, then these things will go. Nope, there's not enough stuff coming in. I'm just going to dump out the single one that came in. So what I should actually be doing here, let's make this a little bit fairer along here. Pop that and get that round like that. There we go. Now it's equal priority. That was supposed to be equal priorities between the two. Apparently you need to use a splittometron for that. So I guess I will. Not that it actually matters where it comes from. It's all coming from the same source. It's all going to the same place. So I don't know why I'm worrying about keeping these even and fair and stuff, but I apparently am. So I'm going to. I've started, so I'll finish, as they say. So I'll put that there. Shame I can't put it there, but I'll put it there. And then I'll feed you in there, you in there, you out. No, you out there. And there we go. Now it's taken from both streams, so it'll be more even, I guess. We shall see. Okay, so steel is a problem as well now. I have been using a lot of steel. I have one machine making steel. Really? No wonder steel's suddenly become a problem. So I mean, I knew I started using that a lot for machines, but I don't think I'm using it anywhere for science. So I'm not quite sure why we're getting through quite some. Are you steel? I can't. No, you're carbon. There's steel. Maybe it's just that I added a load onto the bus and it hasn't been able to catch up, and I can't see which one's. I can't see which one's steel again. Oh, it's no, it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So it's yeah. So it is actually just that I extended the bus a lot and I used a load of steel. So now it's just gradually refilling it. Okay, that's sort of okay, but I think it's still a nonsense. So I'm still going to double the amount I'm producing of all of this. So we'll have a bit more of this along here and along here, and I shall copy. Apparently, I won't copy paste because I don't have any smelters. Where do smelters come from in my world? It's over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there they are. Too far to operate. Yeah. Can I have long reach? And I'm sure. Does Dyson Sphere program support mods? I think it. I think it does. So presumably, someone probably has made a long reach mod for it. Um, I don't really need it though. Your reach is pretty. Oh, I've run out of interpreters as well. Yeah. Your reach is pretty long already. I think it's actually fine. There we go. So that's squeezed three. That's tripled the throughput now. Um, but to be honest, the throughput was okay. It was just that I'd put a big load on it earlier, so I'd taken lots, and it now just needs some time to catch up. So that's fine. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, right. So I've spent a load of time faffing with the carbon, with the excitable carbon over here. That's now pretty good. The logistics tower is still producing enough coal, so that's fine. That's working well. Good again. Um, Red Science is only running. Oh, Red Science is only running at half speed because we don't need all of the cube because we've got the yellow ones. Have I got some of those in my inventory? No. Why is it saying 49 out of 492? I thought it did that when you had some in your inventory, but I don't have 49 yellow science ball bricks in my inventory, so I don't know what's going on there. What's going on over here then? Why are you slow? Because you're not getting the titanium crystals in fast enough. Actually, it's not that. It's just that this is all perfectly balanced as all things should be. So we've got all of these machines are running. This is just the speed I currently make yellow science at. So if I want this to be sped up at all, I'm going to need to put in another science stack probably in here. Um, that's sort of tempting, but I think I'll make that call that a low priority for now, and do the purple science first, and then come along and think about making making more yellow science. It's just these upgrade researchers that take the same amount of all of the science packs that are a bit greedy. So I think we'll yeah I shall ignore that for now. Instead, I shall flit over here like some sort of no, actually no I'll land and I'll have a think and then I'll decide where I actually want to build stuff because I know I'm going to need plastic and I don't see it on the bus. That could be a lack of observational skills, or it could just be that I haven't put it there yet. It might be that it's all being used up by things that don't require it, don't need it to be taken away. These seem to be kind of under control, but only just. Whatever. Right. Let's have another look at that purple science recipe. So, processors. We have processors. We seem to have quite a lot of processors. And now, when I start using them for science, sure, it's going to wreck my supplies, but we're okay at the moment. So, and they're on the bus, so I can just pull off the bus for now. Carbon nanotubes. That was a chemical facility with the nanotubes with the graphene and titanium. Now, graphene and titanium are both on the bus, I believe. Yeah, the graphene's down here. The titanium is probably around somewhere. I think it's this one. Yeah, that's titanium. So, yep, so they're on the bus. So that's doable. We just need that in a chemical facility. I seem to have mostly been doing chem facilities over here. Maybe I'll put another row of these in along here and bring the titanium in and just pull straight out of here. That might be quite a nice way of doing it. You're sad. Why are you sad? You don't have any acid. What the diddly? Oh, there's not enough water coming through. Oh, come on. How can a water pump be slow? Oh, Okay, I guess I need more water pumps then. I guess I suppose I'm used to Factorio where the water pumps just produce lots and lots of water, and yes, you can run out of water from a single pump, but you have to put in quite a lot of stuff to get to that point. Can I build one of these? No, because I need more of the little motors. Not you. You? Yes, you. How do you pick up? Oh yeah, two please. I've run out of bricks. It's making two though. Yeah. All right, that's what I wanted. Okay, so over here, another. What do you mean need foundation support? You're a water pump. You're supposed to be sticking out into the water. Need liquid source. There we go. Put that there. Right. Then this is just going to be a case of belt, belt, belt. I said belt, belt. What do you mean collide with other object? It's a belt. Go onto the belt. There we go. Jeez, I don't know what I was colliding with them, but there's something in the way. Okay, and power. Boom. There we go. Right. So now we can pull the water out a little bit quicker. Typically, they're always going to be colliding, but sure, if you really want. Right, so that's twice as much of that. Um, now, I'm not entirely comfortable with this belt here, but I'm not quite. Well, actually, I go okay. I know, no, I do know what the correct answer to this is. The correct answer is to put in a piece of foundation here like that, and then it's to put in another one of these here. What? Why is that in the wrong place? Right, let's take that out for a sec, and then let's put in another one of these here. And you know what? Let's just put in another one here because the system isn't working well enough. So we'll do that, and then another one of these here. And then we need the input inserters along here. I've basically run out. So that's like that and like that. How I picked up two of them. How? Oh no, I put them all down to make these things, didn't I? Okay, that does make sense. Put another one of these in there. That's going to power everything. Yeah. But as ever, I need more. Somehow I need more inserters. Oh, I think I grabbed. Was it that do I have a box that collects inserters and I grabbed from the machine rather than from the box? I think it was. No, no, I don't have a box. That's assembly machines. That's turbines. Can I take those as well? Yes, I can. All right. So over was it? Yeah, it was over here. No, it wasn't. It was the soft. Where's? Oh, over there. I'm getting lost in my own base. Disgraceful. Right, so down here, there was one of these that needs an additional insertomatron. Like... oh, wait, hang on. Oh, no, that's being passed straight across by all of these. All right, we don't need the extra insertomatrons in there, really, because it'll get it from this one. Okay, so this seems to be okay now. I think we're getting a good supply of sulfuric acid and supply of everything. Well, there's a shortage of oil coming through, but apart from that... Right, so that means that I can now, in theory, come along here with these can't go there if I'm going to put in another row of machines. Where are these powered from? Seriously, where are you getting your power from? Oh, there's one in the middle of there. Okay. So let's put more of these down here like this. And then I probably don't need these. And I might not need these either. Let's find out. Nope, just having them up the middle is enough. Good. So, next up is making the what do we call them? It's what was it I need? Oh, carbon nanotubes. Yes. So carbon nanotubes are made from this recipe. Yeah, because I can't do this one yet, but I can do this one. Titanium was the other thing. Okay. So, but it's in a chem plant. So if I put down some chem plants along here like this, and we'll keep the pattern going because this looks kind of pretty. One. This is for science, so we're going to need several. So I'll put in 3 for now because you know it's fairly easy to extend these things later if I need to. And I'll put in power as well because I'm nice like that. 1, 2, and sure, why not put one there as well. Right, you are to make the carbon nanotubes. That's that one. And nope, no, wrong, no, not no. So are you two. It's not shift left click right click to copy and paste. It's greater than like it's comma and full stop. But yeah, I'll get used to that eventually. Then we need to have a belt coming in with the titanium on it. So this is going to run all the way up here like this. And then we need to have a belt running out. I said separately. Oh, stupid thing. Stop it. Then we need to have another belt running out with the carbon nanotubes on. So we'll do that first. Then we'll go over here and play Hunt the Silicon. It's this one here, isn't it? It's this really shiny one. Yes, that. I don't mean silicon. I mean titanium. Um, I said the wrong thing, but I was thinking the right thing, which is better than the other way round, probably. So we'll bring this out here to here, then down to down to here. Then we'll move this pylon across because it turns out it's in the way. Boop. Nothing seems to have complained too much from me doing that. Yeah, we do seem to actually still have a valid route for the power to take through here. So that's nice. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these back out so I can use the magic of copy paste to place them in a moment with all of their inserters. And we're going to take the we're going to insert from here and from here, and we're going to out exert to there like that. Then we can shift left click and 2 and 3. Right, there we go. We should now, I mean, the lights have come on, so I assume that means it's working. Yes, we are now producing carbon nanotubes. Excellent. Good. Hey, Ave, welcome. Right, so I've got my carbon nanotubes now. What was the next thing I needed for this nonsense? No, it was this particular nonsense. It was crystal silicon, so I need to cook my silicon somewhere. And I also need plastic. So yeah, let's look for plastic because that's the one I'm not quite so sure about. Because I know I'm making it here, in fact. This is plastic, but it never quite made it to the bus. Fine. The bus current level of the bus is this bold line here. So let's bring that out that way. Okay, it's going to have to go over all of this stuff because I haven't really planned for this. We'll come bring it to here, out this way, and it's going to mourn about having to go through all of these things. So we'll lift it up 2 layers. Okay, sure. Why not? And bring it over to here. And at this point, we'll bring it all the way back down again. And through here like this. Who put that sulfuric acid there? That should be high up. Goodness sake. Let's fix. Oh, I see. This is high. Ooh. This is going to be tricksy. Oh dear. You know what? Let's just keep it a bit higher up until we come through this area. So instead of dropping there like I did, let's cut that and remove that, and then make some more of this. Just stay up there. Why don't you? I mean, why not? You can just punch through the middle of here like that, and then come back down and to ground level over here. That'll be fine. You can just go over the top, nice and easy. Right. Oh dear. So then we need to turn silicon into cooked silicon. So we've got, oh, actually we can bring the carbon nanotubes out as well. Bring them out to here. There we go. So we've got 2 of the ingredients here that we need for the purple science. So now I also need to cook the silicon. This is the silicon. So if I pull this out from here, bring it over here, we can have a silicon cooking area over here. So let's do that. Embrace the spaghetti, Laurence. Embrace the spaghetti. Take that out there. Put in another splitter in this mode, that way round. There we go. Getting used to doing this now. Link that from there to there, and there to there, and up and out like this. Lovely. I said lovely. Be lovely. What's it? Oh, there's another. Right, I see the problem. Let's go up another one then, shall we? All right, let's. Oh, spaghetti. That can come to there. Then it can go up, and then it's high enough to go over the top of that. Then it can descend into madness. I mean, no, it can't. Let's bring it along a little bit further up to here. Then it can descend like that, and we'll bring it all the way up here and do some cooking. Drive engine, yay! So that's, oh, I can fly faster now. That's nice. I like being able to fly quickly. It'll mean I can get over to the other planets a bit more quickly without quite so much frustration of how long it takes. So now I need some of these. These machines will quite happily turn the silicon into silicon crystals. Program it with that one and remove these because I know better than this. You build up the first machine completely, then you do all the rest of them. So that comes to here and then goes like that. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then we insert a matron it like this, and I'm down to 5 inserters again. Then we go and get. Oh, I'm running out of core energy. But in theory, so now I'll go and grab some more inserters, and then I'll be able to just put in another few copies of this all the way along here, and we'll get the silicon crystals out a bit more quickly. Then these 3 ingredients are the ones that I need to make the particle broadband. Yes, no, they're not. I also need. Yes, they are, because this tall one is plastic, but we're just not getting any through because there's an oil problem or something like that, an oil crisis maybe. So yeah, that'll get me the particle broadband, which I can then feed on to be made into the information matrices with the processors. Right, so that's actually pretty close, I think. I need to go and investigate why we don't have any plastic. And I think it's going to be linked to the lack of oil that we seem to have at the moment. I might need to put in another logistic system and some more oil mines. I don't know, actually. We'll find out what the problem there is. I might need to rebuild the entirety of the oil system. Or it might be that one of the assumptions I leapt to when I was building my other oil processing facility was wrong. Or I might have just screwed up a belt somewhere. That's also possible. Why are you not making plastic? Or rather, why? What? This belt surely is plastic. Yeah, all these. I don't really know what's going on here. Right, so we've got various machines making plastic and feeding it straight into here. This one, there is a belt coming out from it. Yeah, I think I've just not put in a belt to bring the plastic out. So let's do that. Oh, that's in the way. No. Let's put in a belt to bring the plastic out like that. And as we've discovered previously, you can quite neatly put pylons into these gaps like that, and it's really nice. There we go, and then I will need more of these. I've only got 3. It's not going to be enough, but I can get the first 3 done. Proof of concepts, as we often say, and then over here, here. Yeah, more inserters. So that's the first 3, and then just the last one here needs another inserter like that, and that should now output a stream of plastic. I'm not going to say a steady stream of plastic. I'm just going to say, but there's going to be some coming out of these machines now. Granted, some of it is going to be taken to go into these in order to produce the science, but we're still going to have some coming out, and that's enough for now. It'll give me that old proof of concept that I keep talking about, where I can make sure that something is working, and then go on and do the next stage after that. So let's now copy this a few times over because I reckon I'll probably need some like that. And okay, as usual, power is a problem. Where can I put a power pole? There'll do. Right, there we go. Lots and lots of silicon crystals now. So next, it was the I've forgotten already. It was these things, wasn't it? So that's silicon crystals, carbon nanotubes, and plastic, which I've got here. Silicon crystals, carbon nanotubes, and plastic. So, is that in an assembly machine? Yes. Have I got any assembly machines left? I've got 1. Okay. Well, that'll do for us at the start. So we'll put that there. And then I think we'll have two belts on either side of it. That's probably the sensible way to do things. Um, I'm going to be. Oh, I don't know. What's the firstly, what's the correct way to do this, and secondly, what way to do this am I going to do? Um, let's make the broadband infrastructure. So I could just loop this belt straight back up here, but then if I need these crystals for anything else, which I probably will, let's be honest here, I won't have them. So what I'm going to do is a bit dirty. I'm going to pull that back up there a little bit like that. Then I'm going to put in a splitter here. Um, now I'm going to put a split. I could put one here. Put one here. Yes, let's do this. Then I can feed this in like that and that up here. This is actually less dirty than it was going to be before I had a second thought. And then we can have another belt come out along here for for the bus. Then we need another splitter, but in this mode in here. That can then take this. That can take this one in like that, and also out the other. Oh no, it can't take it out the other side. Ah, that's a bugger. I mean a problem. Both really. Do do that. It's getting spaghetti-y. I'd forgotten how wide these things are. These are the only ones that where you can actually do what I was trying to do. But that does mean I can then have a belt come out of here to here and then go down. Doesn't. There isn't room. It means I can have I can have a belt come out here like this. Yeah. Oh, is that going down as well? Nice. That is actually what I wanted. So we can then do that and have that run along there. So that's good. And then this is the one that's going to be a bit weird. I'd apologise, but I'm not actually sorry. So that can go up. No, only go up one. You only have to go up one to get over this, and then you like that, and then back down again like that. And oh, actually, oh no, better idea. Pick all that back up. Pick up some of this again. Then I can put in another one of these here. Yeah, that'll do. And then a belt going into it, straight into the back of it like that. Another belt coming out high up and going over to, well, to here and then down. And then finally the belt coming out of here like that for more bus shenanigans. Right. Okay, that's not too horrible. I'm sort of, well, it's a bit horrible, but it's a level of horrible that I'm kind of okay with. Right, and now we put in the inserters. So we want that, and we want that, and we want that. Oh, run out and bloody hell! Yeah, I need a machine to store up these inserters. I'm getting through them far too quickly, and I think I. Oh, maybe I could just start using the fancy inserters. I've got a stupid number of the fan. All right, let's just start using level 2 inserters everywhere because I've got so bloomin' many of them. They're also not feeding out into a storage container, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Okay, so over here, right, I want to, let's just upgrade those by magic like that. We'll put in another, in fact, we'll extend this one up here and then another one down here like that as an output belt. Then I can use inserters, you're not inserters, your inserters, like that and that. There we go. So that should now, yes, that's working. Excellent. So I should, if I'm being good, I'll put in another one of these about here and have it take in these like that and back out like that and feed this straight up here in order to do the next thing, which is going to be, oh, this is an actual, this, I've got to the point where I'm making actual science packs now, haven't I? Yes, I have. So we need to bring in processors, but we also need the science machines. I haven't made science facilities yet, so let's put that on the bus over here. Do I have any more assembly machines? I don't. That's another thing I need. Okay, let's go and get some assembly machines. This is one of the nice things about Factorio. Once you've got construction bots in Factorio and everything's sort of set up properly, you don't have to go. You don't actually have to have stuff in your inventory anymore. Um, oops, I picked up some iron somehow. You don't have to have stuff in your inventory. You can just put down stuff and say, "Here, build this," and they'll fly over and do it for you. Also, you can um, you can tell the bots to keep you with a certain amount of of all the things you need in your inventory all the time, and they'll just do it. Um, these are both excellent features, which I am kind of missing. So you are to make these things. I can't believe I haven't started making these automatically yet. Matrix labs. So iron, glass, green circuits, and coils. Let's just, empty my inventory a little bit into all of these machines while I'm here. Right. So this is actually no, touchdown, please. Thank you. So is this actually got everything it needs? No, it hasn't. It hasn't got any coils. Um, I'm not going to feed it automatically. That was just getting rid of all of the stuff that builds up in your inventory over time. So these are magnets, not coils. Where are coils? Those are motors, not coils. These are coils. So this has to go from here, basically forever. Robot is getting caught on things. Let's build it to here, because why not? Then I can put in one of these. Like, I can't put it there because there's no ground. I'm going to need to make some more foundation soon, because this is my last piece. Boom. That's a shame. There we go. That can go to there, and that can go there, and then up and out over to about here somewhere, and then we'll drop it down and along here. There we go. And I'm running out of core energy as usual. And oh no, I have remembered to pick up my pylons. Let's think about what else this needs while we're waiting. Green circuits, glass, and iron. Okay. Glass, actually, I think is reasonably close by. I just can't see it. Yeah, because glass I was using for something fairly recently. Are you glass? No, you're not glass. It's probably this one that there's not very much of. Oh, yes, because I've got glass coming from the other direction now. I remember. Let's take out a little bit from here. Actually, let's not yet. I need to go and make some more foundations. In fact, am I making foundations automatically somewhere on off the bus somewhere? Yes, yes, I am. Excellent. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I should get this massive long belt of doom. But have I actually got it all now? I honestly can't tell. Yes, there they are. They're flowing. Right. Back over here. I'll touch down and carry on charging while I try and do the next step, which is the glass, which is this one. So I'm going to need that wants to come in here. So actually what I'm going to do, it's a bit late to decide this, but I'm going to do that and that and oh, okay, now I'm going to take more construction drones. Excellent, that's nice. So actually this belt is going to come out of here. The high up one, please. It's actually going to come down this column, row, whatever we're calling them at this point. So that can go in there, and then that means we've got space up here. If I put down a couple of foundation pieces, about here, then I should be able to just cut this about like this and put in another splitter there, like that. Belt in, belt out. Start your do need belt. Belt out high up, all the way over here, and down. Oh, I've got the down in the wrong place. Let's make that a bit shorter first. Has that gone down? No, it's on the ground already. From there, please. There we go. Down. Right. That's the first two ingredients. Now, the thing is, I've chucked enough stuff in. No, I haven't chucked enough stuff in here yet. Actually, let's do some logistics. So you load there, and on the other side, What else do we need? Green circuits and iron. Green circuits are about. Is that this one? No, those are green. Those are green. No, those are green circuits. That's reasonably close. I can add that one in without too much difficulty. So that goes over there like that, and we'll probably put the splitter in about there. And iron, I did recently. I had to extend it for something. Is it this? Is it EU iron? Yes. Can't see it properly. There it is. Right. And then iron like this. Yeah, to that'll do. That goes. Oh, I've bloody run out of them again. Rage. I know it's my fault for only picking up 11 at a time, but still, I do keep running out of them, and it's exasperating. Right, so let me try that again with a little bit less fail. So we're going to need. Can I have the splitter? So we have one of those. Yeah, sure, and one about there. We then belt frenzy that goes in there, comes out, goes over here to about here, goes down like that. Then we have that in there, up, out of that. No, up, out of there. Yes, that's right. To about here and then down like that. And then once again, we can just link these in like so, like so. And now we're making science factories. Automatic. That is iron, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, it just looked a bit too shiny from this angle. I suppose iron can be shiny if you polish it well enough, but yeah, it confused me a bit. Okay, well, 3 of them is going to be enough for now, because as usual, I can sort of throw down a quick proof of concept and then come along and drop a lot more towers on the top afterwards. That's glass. That's not what I wanted. It's over here. This makes more sense. So down here now, I want to put in science buildings, which are these, and we'll just stack them here. This looks fine. There we go. And I want you guys to make purple production site. No, information matrices. So we started off with electromagnetic matrices, then energy, then structure, and now information. So yeah, sure. Seems like a thing. And now I can get my logistomatron. I can put in an inserter like that. And now I just need the processors, which are here. I could feed them out of the other side of this splitter, but I think in the interest of just sort of keeping the pattern going, I'm going to do that and put in another splitter, because why not? They're cheap. And it's not like I rage when I run out of them and have to go and get more or anything, is it? And then from there, come out this way, about here, and go to ground like that. Okay, and then we have an input like that. And now we should be running out of power, or not having any power available on the side of the building, rather. Okay, so I'll put that there. Now I have the purple science production potentially, so I probably push them all the way out here. So there's yellow. Yeah, I produced my first information matrix at 18 hours 35 minutes in. That's quite a long time. So it's dark as usual when I'm trying to plan something like this. It's night time, so it's a bit dark and therefore a bit more awkward. So I'm going to pass them out. There's going to be a belt that's going to come out here. Somehow it's going to make its way all the way over here, round here, and then over here into these machines here that are doing the actual science TM. So since I've got two towers, then this is clearly a nonsense. I'm going to pull these towers down and arrange them one here and, well, maybe a little bit further along, one here and one here, and then run all the belts along the back of it, because that's not because this system is a bit silly. And then, I'm not going to do that because there's only 3 ports on each side of these. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to shift them out a little bit further and have 3 science packs going in on one side and the other one going in on the other side. Okay, so I mean, basically this is just going to be one long belt. It's going to go. I might as well take it high up, bring it round over the top of all of this stuff, and then just start going along above the yellow belt, at least until we get to here, because that way I know I'm not going to hit anything. So let's just go do some glorious 3D, shall we? It's not like putting in. Go that way. Go that way. Thank you. It's not like putting in belts higher up uses more any resource at all, apart from possibly brain power. So let's do this. Higher than everything else, please. I don't think I've gone up this high with anything yet, so this will be fine. Where are the yellow sciences sciencing? Here. Right, well, I said I was going to go along directly above them, so I'll do that. There we go. At least, I say I'll do that. I'll do that assuming I've got that in the right place and haven't just, missed, which is entirely possible. It's the sort of thing I'd do. Right, I've got some nonsense in my inventory, so let's open this up. Yeah, I know. And empty my inventory into it as much as I possibly can. And the same with these ones as well, I think. So we'll, yeah. Oh, I do have those 49 structure matrices that I apparently had earlier have now actually shown their faces. Or their... That wasn't meant to be a pun, but then it turns out actually, faces of a cube, that kind of is a... Oh, I could fly them. Flying them is a good and sensible idea, but I'm not going to because this having a massive, long, glowing purple belt appeals to me somehow. It's a good idea though. I appreciate the sense of what you said. I just I'm going to not. Partly because I've already started making this massive long belt of madness, but also because I just think why not? Let's no, stay up. Oop, not that much up. That's a lot of up. Actually, no, that's the right amount of up. That's the amount of up I had before. Um, we might as well just stay at this height, I think, all the way over here. Right, there we go. So now we've come this far. So I'm now going to, I'm going to reach it. I'm going to pause a moment. Actually, no, this is handy because I'm not going to go anywhere for a few minutes. So I might as well stand here and recharge. So I want to demolish these towers. You need to start. Oh, holding shift, chain dismantle. I assumed that meant it would just take out the whole lot in one go, but apparently not. There we go. That's taken all of that out. We'll also clear up these belts because this is a bit weird. And we'll add in a blue belt or a belt of the blue ones. In fact, I could put in the research towers. So there's room to run 3 belts between those, so that'll be okay. In fact, yeah, let's do that and that'll work. Now I can run a logistics belt along here. Boom. Oops. One along here. Boom. And one like this. Boom. Then this one up here can come down to Earth with a bang, probably. How far down can you come before you? Okay, that'll do. And then we'll come down to down all the way down to ground level here. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove that. That's fine. Oh, I didn't finish charging. That was silly. It's gonna stand next to this one. No, from there down to there. Right, there we go. Lovely. Why is this there? Go away. So now I also need to unload this one onto here, and load. Ooh, camera problems. Right, let's then load 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What, mate? What is going on down? Oh, I've got. I can't see everything. The user interface is in the way. I might just go and stand over there with the robot so I can see what I'm doing. Right. One, two. Oh, okay. I see what I've done. Uh, no, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. Let's try that again with less fail. So I want one of them going from there to there. There we go. Right now, so we've got all of those. We've got the first 3 done. Now we have that one and that one. There we go. That's all of the sciences now. Granted, we need some power. So I'll put 1 power pole there and 1 power pole there. And we've now got enough oomph to do 10 machines running purple science, I reckon. Now, obviously, we're going to run out of purple science very, very quickly because we're producing them at a very, very slow rate. But, again, proof of concept. Lower belt from the splitter by purple cube production is not working. You might be right. I mean, it's the sort of thing that I could quite easily have got wrong. Let's go over there and have a look. Why is my robot not fly? Robot, fly! Lower belt from. I have to admit, I'm not sure which one you mean. There's lots. This one isn't coming out. There's lots. Some of them I haven't bothered to actually put in yet. I don't see anything wrong here. Can you perhaps, I don't know, tell me which of the which particular? Oh, there. Yes, there's one that's not working. You're quite right. Well spotted. Thank you. Put that there. There we go. Was that what you were referring to, Metbar? Because if so, well spotted and thank you. Oh, too far away. Still too far away. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's stack that up like that. Okay, so we're now producing purples at a. Well, we are producing some purples anyway. Not very many because, as predicted, we don't have remotely enough of these broadband infrastructure, whatever they were called. So let's put in a couple more of these. That'll straight up triple the rate we're sciencing at, I think. Is that good enough coverage? Yes, it is. Right, okay, so we've got, yeah, now tripled the rate we're producing these at, so now hopefully we'll be able to run more than one of these machines at a time. The fact there's one running at the moment makes me think, actually, well, how you doing? You've got one. Okay, we're probably 2, 3. Maybe we're not 2, 3. Maybe we need a few more of these coming through. A lot more of these coming through rather. So I think I might. Are you guys all? Yes, you guys are all working. Okay, so it's slightly better, but I've got two of the machines are kicked in now, and the way these work is they gradually fill up their internal buffer. So this one's got 2 in it at the moment. It's got 2. I think it likes to have 3 in it. Then when it's got 3, it lets the one above it have some, and this one's got 2. So we're waiting for that to fill up, and then we'll start filling up the third one, and so on. So it's a bit slow, but and I don't think it is. I don't think it is actually going to catch up with the rate it's producing them at. We are going to need more of these machines, but it's still it's kind of working, and we're getting at least a few of the purples out. So that means I can now do a purple-related science. This was a green science, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I don't know what I want to do with this. I've made a purple science, but I don't know what to do with it. High strength glass sounds like fun, but that's not a purple. That's not purple. That's not purple. Strange matter. Does it matter that it's strange? I don't know. I do want to get gas giant exploitation, but again, doesn't need the stuff that I've just put all of that effort into producing. So I feel like I should at least try and find something that uses purple science. Well, that leads down to here. So that quantum chip does, but again, I need to have done all of. Oh, that's purple as well. All right, let's do the cashmere crystals because then I can do the wave function. I can do the high strength. Oh dear. I don't know. By the time I've actually get around to doing this one, there probably will be 200 of these available, so it'll actually work. Okay, well, we're producing purple science, and that's the most important thing. The fact that there's nothing to actually science it on is somewhat irrelevant at the moment, but yeah. So now we've got this lovely glowing thing of all the sciences here. I did hear from somebody, someone mentioned that someone had built a system where they had belts that just went all the way around their planet's equator, carrying all the science packs. So this had this always had this glowing stripy effect all the way around, all the way around, which apparently looked kind of cool. I'm probably not going to do that, but I don't mind transporting things by belt, even when it's a fairly ridiculous thing to do. So we'll get quite a nice purple glow all the way up the middle of the bus here. Right. Now what? Um, Out of map mode for one thing. Probably charge the robot up. That's a thing I can do while I think. Now the interesting thing I think here is going to be that we're going to be able to do all of this without wrecking my power network. Because I've got this 130 megawatt generation capacity, and I'm using a fraction of it. Now if I look at the main quest line across here, um, the next thing is planetary ionosphere utilization, which requires the green science. So I could think about green science. It's way down here. See what we need to make that. Apparently we need rugby balls and we need blue computers, both of which are probably going to be hard. Somebody did earlier say that their brain broke when they got to green science. So we'll see how I get on with that. I could look in the upgrades. I could get some of these researching, I suppose. Some of the more advanced ones down here are starting to require purple, like this one, for example. That's going to put a lot of load on the system for that. But I think probably more usefully, if we look out here again, how are we doing for all of the sciencery things? We seem to have enough of everything. We seem to not. Oh, let's go over there and tell it to actually do some science, because that would be useful. I've left my charging pylons behind. That was a fail. Let's go over here and tell these machines to actually do science, because otherwise they're just going to sit there like lemons. Research, please. Also, research, please. Are you okay? They're all researching, but they're just pulling in the science cubes now. Nom 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 nom. Look at the inserters going berserk and just filling these things up as they go. Lovely. And the next one up, perhaps. Oh, it's the blues that it's short of. Huh. Oh, of course, because blues are only being produced locally, so there's no buffer on a belt. All of these other ones, they can go, yes, we'll suddenly provide loads because you can buffer what's on the belt. Just pull them all in. It's great. It's fine. The blue ones have to actually be made basically on demand. So that's that's the limiting factor. That's kind of bizarre, but does make sense. Okay. Oh, there we. That's why and how and why I haven't been able to do this. There we go. Right, that's why they weren't showing up there. It's because I had the thing up there turned on, the use inventory items thing. Because it's nice to see the numbers of how much is left, but I don't expect to actually do any of the researching in my own inventory, so it's a bit weird having them. It's sort of weird having them there. Right, so now that this is purring away happily, have we got all in? We still haven't quite got enough blues for this one. Greedy, but that's flickering back and forth at full speed, so that's going quite well. This is another place where stacking would be really useful, isn't it? Because then we'd be able to get these loaded in twice as quickly. Yeah, some jazz would probably help. Maybe a bit of rhythm to get some rhythm and blues. Uh, what I could also do, which is slightly less amusing, but I could put this round here like this. I'm not going to get the throughput required for this though, am I? And I can go in here and I can put a belt in, belt out, and a fast insertometron there. But it's not. Is it going to be fast enough to stack them? No. Oh, maybe actually, yeah. Yes, once it backs up. Ah. Oh. So the weird thing about these things is that they'll only stack if the inputs come in sufficiently quickly that it arbitrarily decided it wants to pass it out on the other side, but before the next one comes in. So at the moment, because there's a gap here, they're just flowing straight through and they're not being produced quickly enough. So they're just flowing through like this. But if two come in very, very quick succession, then it'll stack them up happily. So this is a bit this is a bit weird. What I possibly need is another one of these on the other side, creating the uh, drones to the face there, creating another load of them and just dumping them, and then they can both dump out onto this belt, and we'll actually then have enough. Um, but yeah, at the moment that won't work. Also, we're really, really short of green circuits, so I'm going to need to improve this as well, which is just iron and copper, and those are both coming through fairly slowly. So let's take out that. I said let's take out that. Boom, like that. And then we can have some more of this. We'll bring it in from... All right, let's take out a couple more of these because they're in the way. Well, one more. That's make it two more. Boom. I don't really need them anymore, so yeah, that's the wrong way. This needs to come in. This is an output belt, so that goes up there. This is an input belt, so it goes like that, and so is this, so it goes like that. There we go. Now I can copy this, except I can't. So you know what? Let's just upgrade that, and that, and upgrade the damn things. I know I'm not clicking on the right things, but do what I mean, not what I say. There we go. I could put in a buffer chest for blues. I mean, in theory, it's producing everything at the correct rate. Let's make this just go over the top of absolutely everything. Snip, snop, snoop. Um, yeah, in theory, the science is being produced and used at the same rate, but having a buffer could be quite nice. There we go. That's more like it. And now I need to finish this. So that needs to go up 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay. That seems excessive. But oh, that's very weird. So the steeper you go up, the faster it. The more you go up, the steeper it is. That's very strange. Slope too steep. Okay. Endpoint must be horizontal. Endpoint still must be horizontal. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually. All right. Let's delete a bit more of this. Wow, that has to go up a long way to make it over these machines. But sure. I mean, that's not a problem. Can we then go back onto there? Yes, we can. Nice. Picked up a load of iron ore as well, which is a bit silly. So let's go and dump that into here. There we go. And of course, everything needs power because everything always needs power. So I mean, that's fine. That's how technology works. To be fair. So let's put some more pylons in along here, like this. There we go. And now we can make the green circuits much faster until we run out of iron ore, which happens almost immediately. Iron metal, which happens almost immediately. So, oh, and copper as well. Actually, if we looking at this, now the question is, this does seem to be filling the belt. So actually, this is probably enough TM. It's just a little bit silly having the having unnecessary belts and machines and things down here that aren't actually being used. So, I could probably yeah, let's remove these two and put the ingredients in there. Right, so there we go. We're now making the green circuits a lot faster. We've got basically a solid belt of them coming out here. It doesn't seem to have upset the iron usage elsewhere on the system. Copper also seems to be happy. There isn't very much. Oh, this is the glass. Okay, that's fine. That's coming from the other end. There isn't very much stone either. Why is that? Why is the stone? Um, and is it a problem? Okay, it's coming over here. Oh, it's coming over here to be turned into sulfuric acid. Okay, that is a problem. So gonna need more stone coming through here. Okay, so how are we getting stone? We've got a stone mine, blooming miles away over here, which is producing some but not much. So I think let's go and do something about that. Also, where did I leave my charging things? Have I got them with me? I have not got my charging pylons. Where are my charging pylons? Where did I leave them? Was it all the way over here? I think it probably was. Yes, there they are. So we'll touch down over. Right. So what I'm going to do for stone is basically the same thing as I did for coal. I'm going to have those mines over there double. I'm going to put more miners in on right at the beginning where it starts, and double the amount that's being put onto the belt by just going in and chucking in a load more mining drills and some of the doublers. Have I got how many have I got? I've run out of doublers, I think. No, I've got two of them left. That's not very many. Um, I've got 6 mining drills though, so that's not too bad. Let's grab more of those. 6 mining drills is going to be enough for now. So yeah, let's head over there. Put in an extra couple, maybe no extra 3, because then I can have each one dub. I probably don't need that many actually, because there's quite a lot coming through. Yeah, someone told me about that earlier. It is rather nice. So you can I can do that. I can get 7 actually. Seven's pretty good. I don't think this is. I saw an 8 briefly then. I don't think I'm going to beat the 7. Oh, there's an 8, but oh, there's okay. All right, I beat now. I got 8. All right, I sit corrected. See if I can get another 8. I did see another 8, but then I rotated it and lost it. All right, there's another 8. Okay, that's pretty good. So I think that's going to be enough to fill the complete belt. So what I'm going to do here is pull up a chunk of that like that, and then we put in a stacker here like that, and belts in, out, shake it all about. Right, so that's that done. And then same over here, we have a stacker here and a stacker here. We'll put them close to the machines. I don't think it actually matters, but it just seems sensible. Goes in there. That for now, I'll put it onto there, but I'm gonna do that differently in a minute. Over here, we can go from there into there. It's fine. Out of here and bring that round and then over, generally somewhere over here. That'll do. Right. So then let's do another rip up of all of this and change how I'm doing absolutely everything. And just going to put in a splitter here just to keep things nice and balanced and neat. So put that in like that. We can then feed that one in there, that one in there, that one in there, and that one out there. Get out of the way, stupid user interface. That one in there and out there. There we go. We should now also have all of this should be nice, neat, double stack. Double stack. Go away. I don't care about the cashmere crystals. Right, there we go. That has more than doubled the amount of stone that's going through. I'm not sure exactly how much more than doubled, but it is definitely more than doubled. I'm actually rather tempted to go a bit crazy here because why not mostly? What if I also then put in an additional stackomatron here, like that? Let's wire these in one at a time. Let's get rid of this tree because it's annoying me because I can't see through it. So we'll do that and that. And we should now quickly end up with, yeah, we've got some quad stacks coming out now. And then we can do the same here. That was weird. I'm not quite sure. I still don't know how I feel about non-Euclidean, no, orthogonal belts. Non-Euclidean belts would be something entirely different. I definitely would feel very uncomfortable with those. There we go. And then down here, there's another non-orthogonal belt there as well. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's fun to put it in, and then you realise that actually it's just causing a massive mess, and is making it hard to tell what's actually going on. Right. So is this going to back far enough up for me to get all quads all the time? No, I'm getting some quads some of the time. Uh, oh well. I mean, it's the same amount of stone coming through, but this sort of oh there yeah. So that one. Oh, that one should be quadding up fully now, except it isn't. So we've got. Oh, so what's going on here? We've got We've got back pressure on the. Oh, okay. It's not actually a solid stream on the input, so yeah, all right. It probably shouldn't be. Maybe in order to get quad belts all the time, I'm going to need to put in one more drill. So let's give that a shot. There's 6 from that one. That's good enough. I don't care. Um, so we need 2 of these. No, 2 of these. Bump, bump, and oh, I'll need to feed it. I'll need another splitter to feed it into because this is now basically full. And another pylon, of course, because we always need more electricity. Put that there. I really like these stacker things. They're a lot of fun. They're a bit ridiculous, but they are a lot of fun. So bring that one over here, and then we'll dig up across here. Bump, 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 and put in another one of these like that. This is going to completely wreck the priorities. We're not going to evenly pull from all of the drills, but I don't actually care. So we've got yeah. So now we're getting mostly quads coming through from there. I've got a little bit of buffer to get through here, but yeah, these are all producing quads. This one's only producing doubles. Um, that's to be expected, I guess, but I'm not sure really how else to get it to fill in the gaps properly. But never mind. It's a lot more stone being crammed down the bus, and the fact that it's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down like this, not really a problem. And notice that this is now this isn't flowing flat out anymore because all of these stacks have now got to the other end of the other end of the belt. They've gone into the bus, and everything down the other end is now starting to use stacked stone, which means this is running a lot more slowly because we don't need to have quite as much input to try and get it all through. So therefore, this is now running a bit more slowly. So this is starting to back up gradually, which means we will eventually start to get quad stacks on there as well. So that's going to be quite nice. Now, what I could do here actually is I could bring up that and just make this go from here. If I bring this into the side of here instead, is that going to be better? I think it is. We've got some doubles coming through now, admittedly, but now it's starting to back up a bit. Yeah, that should even everything out. Granted, once this is finished backing up, and yeah, and then we're going to just have quads down the other end, so that's going to slow down even more, and we'll have even more of a packed, even more packed bus, even more packed onto the bus. So there we go. Now that's backed up all the way to there. This is starting to flow through. Once we get a little bit of back pressure on here, which I think we've probably got now, as this now starts to move, we should start to see quads coming out of it. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we're now getting the full stacks out of here, full stacks out of everywhere. This will eventually get through to here. This will eventually be entirely quad stacks, and with just that bit of faffing around that I've done, I've now quadrupled the amount of stone that's going down the belt, which I think is quite good for just a few minutes work over there, and not too much in the way of resources. So if we now look at the if we now take a look at the stone belt down here somewhere, yeah, you can see that we've got the doubles and the quads in here coming through to be made into sulfuric acid. So that's going much better. We've still not got a huge amount of graphene coming out here, but that's because half of it is being fed out to be shot off to another solar system, another planet in the solar system, and this is just the I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So this is all being passed off to go round over to the launch tower over there to be taken away for strategic Dyson swarm purposes. Although it's building up quite nicely in there. Now it's the photon combiners that we're a bit short of over here, which is I mean they're being produced at a rate. We've got a steady stream of glass coming in. Yes, we could probably have more. I could put in some more smelteries over there. We could get stuff going a bit faster over there. But to be honest, I think this is probably okay. Let's have a look at our Dyson. So yeah, we've got these. It's spiking a bit. I guess this is the day-night cycle of them being launched, perhaps, or some sort of weird interaction with the day-night cycle. So we've got a good swarm going. Ooh, we've actually not quite got enough power anymore. We're not. That's impressive, because I've been launching the I've been launching there's like twice as many solar sails in orbit as there was at the start of the stream. I suppose I did double the number of solar receivers I've got on. No, I quadrupled the number of solar receivers I've got on this planet. Okay, well in that case, that makes me think it's time for an upgrade, probably to the ray transmission efficiency, but that's massively expensive. I get a solar sail life. Let's do that one, so at least they'll stop falling out of the sky. Then I'll do the ray transmission efficiency because that's going to take a lot of purples, which is going to be tricky. But yeah, yeah. It's going to be making 1,200 purples is going to be a bit tricky. But we'll see how that goes. When you say paint, you mean use the spray efficiency thing on it, I assume. I haven't really looked into that yet. I looked in thought that seems weird and complicated, and I'm not sure I entirely understand it. Um, let's see, the spray coater and proliferator. So it can increase the production line efficiency, which would be nice. So spray coater will connect to the conveyor belt, input proliferator onto its proliferator, automatically sprayed when the cargo of the conveyor belt passed by. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean that might be a good thing. Um, so you need, but it suggests right. So there's no point in just spraying one of them. You need to spray everything, and then I don't know if does that so if you spray proliferator onto, for example, let's use this as an example. If I spray proliferator onto the stone here, there's only one ingredient, so these will get the boost. Presumably the glass coming out the other side won't have proliferator sprayed all over it. So, but you'll get it, but these machines will run faster, and you'll get the production boost and the power boost out of it. So totally worth it. Well, sort of worth it. You'll get more glass coming out. You get it coming out faster, but you'll have had to spray proliferator over all the stone. Not necessarily a problem. I mean I probably could do that. Um, but then the glass is then coming over here. If I sprayed it on the glass, I get the boost on the prisms because that only has the one ingredient. But if I sprayed it on the green circuits, I wouldn't get the boost here because the prisms wouldn't have it. So I would have to actually then pull everything out from here. They'd have to go into a spray booth before they went into here. Ooh, doing the science cubes. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Let's have a think. Okay, let's have a bit of a think about proliferators because we're sort of getting not close, but the end of the stream is approaching. So this is a good time to have a bit of a think about things to do in the future. So if we have a look in here, we've got the proliferatilizer spray coater. Here we go. So you need to build a spray coater, put that on the conveyor belt in the same way to put the stacker on it. So that's fine. I can do that. But you also need to input proliferator into the sprayer. So presumably proliferator is an item that you generate and put into it. Here we go, proliferator Mark 1 or Mark 2. Yeah, so okay, so we can each one of these that we make will allow, or these will allow 12 sprays. Oh, it only takes coal to make it. That's not bad. This takes a Mark 1 and a titanium crystal. Um, which again, not too bad either, really. Um, so from that you get 20% productivity boost, 50% speed boost, 70% energy consumption. Right, okay. So that seems reasonable. So what I could do for this then, over here where all the science turns up, I'm going to have to move the titanium and glass. Nice. I'm going to have to move the science towers again. So what I'd do is I'd move these over here somewhere. Then I'd have the four belts would come over this way. There'd be four proliferator sprayers, one for each one, and then a fifth one eventually when I get the green science as well. So that would paint them all, um, and then we get But then we'd need a system as well to make the proliferator juice for those, which would be fed sort of along the bus as well, presumably somewhere. Um, yes, the Mark II has 24 sprays, so that's, yeah, I saw that. So for every, yeah, we'd need a supply of them coming in, but it wouldn't need to be as fast. We wouldn't need coming in as fast as these come in, so should be okay. Um, okay. So I guess the first thing to do is to do a quick test and find out whether we can proliferate science cubes. So first thing is going to be to make a proliferate. The first thing is going to learn to say proliferator. Spray coater, that's a bit easier. Can I make one of those? No, of course I can't because I haven't got any of the stuff that's needed for it. I think, yeah, knowing what modules are like in Factorio and how good they are and how bad I am at actually remembering that I should be using them, let's assume that I'm going to start making some proliferators and start using them a bit more everywhere. So over here, let's make some spray coaters. So I'm going to need one of these. Oh, okay. Did it spray coat and proliferator? Items sprayed raw materials. It will significantly increase the when the items have been sprayed with proliferators produce the next level of products. It will significantly increase the work consumption of the production facility. I'm not quite sure that's English. Uh, Ray items research mode. Produces extra hashes. Now hashes, I don't think. Of course, you can paint the paint. Oh dear. Right. Okay. That makes sense. Painting the yes. Painting the paint sounds like sense. It sounds like it makes sense. So it produces extra hashes, but at the moment, I don't think I am actually producing hashes. So so it's not relevant here. Okay. That's a shame. I was thinking that would be really really useful. Um, but for something like I don't know. The problem with it, spraying the ore would probably be very worthwhile because that would get you um, So the theory in Factorio is that you put the productivity modules into the science labs because those are the machines that everything else in your factory is focusing down onto. So everything your factory produces will eventually go into the science lab. So having the productivity modules in there, there's not too many of them, and you get the absolute maximum benefit. Now, in this, you've got the same sort of thing in that as you go further along the production chains, you have fewer and fewer things. So making a science pack, for example, this takes in a processor, which this takes one process. It takes three items to make it, and you produce one thing. So spraying that would be more efficient if it actually worked. It doesn't work, so there's no point. However, these things are both fairly expensive. So if I spray them on the way into the production facility, into the science production over here, um, where I've got these two inputs here, that would be almost as good because we then get more science coming out for each of the inputs. So that will get me almost as much of a bonus as spraying the science packs would, but I only have to spray two things. So that seems like an excellent point to start, especially as purple science is the most expensive. Then I'll go over and do yellow because that's the one that's currently under the most demand. Okay, so we want you to make a spray paint gun, which takes bloomin' everything, some of which is already around here. So it's steel plasma exciters. Am I even making those? I think I am. Green circuits, electronic components. Well, this can this can come along here because it's already basically there. So we'll do the steel. Uh, Hello. Do as you're told. Give me a sorter from there to there. Okay. Maybe it was working. I don't know. Right, steel. Green circuits, that's these ones. All right, let's pull that up again. Let's put this in right over here because then I can pull off this green circuit supply here. I'll need to do that, but that's fine because I can. One of them then. So put that in there. There's going to be avert your eyes, everybody. This is going to be weird and odd. So that's going to. Oh, all right. It's not going to. I'm not. It's not going to be weird and odd because it's already getting the collide with another thing. All right. We're going to have to pick up this one, dismantle that sorter, and put in sorters here and here. There. Okay. That's not quite so bad then. And also here. Right, okay, so that's the first two ingredients for a spray gun. We also need, so we've got green circuits, we need electronic components, and we need plasma exciters. Jeez, I've not used plasma exciters for a long time. I'm pretty sure I've made them, and I think I put them onto the bus, but I'm not certain. If you were a plasma exciter, yes, there they are. There they are. Okay, so here's the belt of them. So I did put them on the bus, and then I just haven't used them off the bus, literally at all. And there's pylons in the way, because of course there is. I got the impression, and I could easily be wrong here because it's kind of a guess, but I got the impression that hashes and research were different, as in sort of research is the thing you're doing at the moment, but when you've done all the research and you're trying to sort of gain, sort of continue, sort of the infinite research, the equivalent of the infinite research from Factorio, basically. Um, when you're trying to do that, then you have hashes per minute instead, and that's your science rate. Now, as I say, I could be wrong about this, but that's sort of the impression I'd got. That hashes seem to be something different, but still sort of related, but only vaguely. Let me see if I can provide any actual evidence for that. Um, so in that case, why does the box text? What did the box text say? Spray coater and proliferizer. Items reset produces extra hashes. Um, Yeah, we can all be wrong at the same time. It might be that something completely different is the case. So let's charge the mech up while I talk and think and prevaricate, because I'm sure I've seen something about hashes somewhere, and it's different to research, but I can't think. I think it's these things. Maybe not. Um, these have not. Don't know. Um, where could it have been? Detailed. Um, replicated mecha panel, stats panel, technology tree. It could be. It might even. Yeah. I can't. I'm struggling to find any information about hashes, and I'm sure there was something. Okay, show the power grid also. Yeah, I want all of that. I'm sure I saw something about hashes, but I can't think where. Um, I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I'm not going to spend ages looking for it or googling it on stream. I'm afraid, because that's just bad content. Bring that over here. Gone far enough. Yeah, I'll do. Then put in one of one of these. That can go. Oh, can't go there because there's a belt in the way. Get rid of the belt. Try again. Put that there. Yes, there we go. So the belt will come out of the top of here. I'm going to do this bit first and bring it over to here. Then goes down. Have I got that right? Yes, I have. Goes down there. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, it was electronic components. I remember. Boom. Where are they being made? don't think it was this far back. I think I've overshot. There must be somewhere down here, and I just flew straight past them. Yeah, the yes, a lot of the documentation is not written in. Let's just say it's not written in particularly good English. I'm noticing, and then I said when I say documentation, I'm sort of referring to the help files as well. I think there's a belt with them on here, but it doesn't go anywhere. This needs to somehow spaghetti its way out from there. I said from there. Okay, good. We're locked on now. Can we come through here? Is that gonna? Oh, I've gone too high. Stop flying around. It's annoying. There we go. And a waste of power. Right, okay, so we can bring that through here. Excellent. Let's do that. Where's my next row? Bus row. I think it's here. Of course, now there's stuff in the way. Ba-dum. I could come to about here. Am I even building in a straight line? I am building in a straight line. Excellent. Then down to here, or rather to here. Then I can go smack straight into the side of a pylon. All right, let's go around the pylon. I'm going to have to go over the sulfuric acid and then down again. Oh my goodness. I said down again. Where are you even building? You're building there, okay. Oh wait, there's more stuff on the bus in this lane. Okay. Uh, new lane, please. Through here. New lane is this, therefore this one. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, let's go to there and then to this. I'm going to regret this later. I just have this feeling this is going to go horribly, horribly wrong. Go over the top of this. Pretty sure this is the next available lane. Oh no. Let's go to about here and then come back down again. This bus is getting a bit ridiculous. But never mind. I mean, that's what buses do. It's okay. I'm kind of I've made my peace with that. Yes, it will do. My plan to paint one cube was to do sort of a proof of concept to see if the cube got painted. However, since we've now discovered that you definitely can paint the science cubes, because that's how you do extra hashy stuff. That won't actually prove anything useful. So I think it's going to be rather difficult to demonstrate. I think the answer is going to be is just going to be a Google between sessions, because by the time I've finished building all of this and actually have this kind of working, it's going to be about bedtime. So it's not like we're actually going to need to know today. Let's have these drop a little bit sooner, like that. Well, okay, go there, and you go there. Right, so that makes this a little bit neater because now we can go in here. Do I have any of the yes, we've got two of these left. Let's use the other two of these just to get rid of them. And now eventually, oh, I haven't linked out that belt yet. There we go. There's a lot of nonsense I can get rid of out of my inventory just doing this. Like that, and like that. I said, you, no, you, like that. Nope, I don't have any stone or glass or whatever it was that's waiting for. Can't click on these machines. Click on the machine. There we go. Anyway, that's cleared my inventory out a little bit. Right, so there we go. We're now making painters. I suppose the next thing to do is going to be to make the actual paint for them. But since it's since the Mark 1 just uses coal, I'm tempted to do that way up at the other end of the belt and then just have them on the bus coming all the way down and being split off and used wherever they're needed, basically. No, I could have it run along above another one of these belts, but that was going to make it very difficult to split off. Because whilst I'd end up having to put in a splitter and then to put another splitter on top of it, which is a little bit silly, but is doable. Okay, so we've got 10 painters now. Oh, okay, so you can just straight up use it on science cubes. And that's definitely for doing research then. Okay, well in that case, I'm going to pull all of this down and Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's very useful sometimes having somebody who's watching and is happy to go off and do those bits of googling when you need it doing. Thank you. Right, so let's do this then, and also this. Yeah, so from here we'll put in corners across here, and we'll go. Oh, actually, no, I do want to deconstruct that and that and that and that and that. Right. So we and that. Right. So we've got our those things there. So now we need to make the paintermatrons and put them in. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, there they are. So we've got these. I don't know which is the input and which is the output. Maybe it doesn't matter. I've mastered the wave function interface technology. How have I done that when I just pulled out all of my? Am I doing research? Oh, I'm doing research in my pockets with the ones I just picked up from all of that just deconstruction. Master wave you can interfere with. That doesn't mean anything. It's just blurb. Right. Let's try and put a belt into this and see if it's happy to do it. Yeah, seems to be. That's yeah, it seems to run through quite happily like that. Okay, cool. So next thing, can I put another one next to it? I can. It's going to be 5 of these eventually, so let's put 5 in a row like that. Then we pick up a load of these because they're in the way. That's probably more than I actually need to pick up, but never mind. Let's put one of these back, though, to at least carry the power between them. There we go. Right, so we're going to feed in we're going to feed the purples into here. Going to feed the yellows in here. Going to feed the reds in here. We're going to get rid of that pylon because it's in the way, as usual. No, yes, that. No, stop it. Right, that to there and into there. And then finally, the blue ones go from here, boop, boop, in there. Right, and that's left a slot for the green ones, as you can clearly see. Now the question is, if we don't have any spray paint available, do they still come out the other side? They do. Okay. Oh, no. No. That's good, because that means that means I can just leave this and it'll continue to work without, unless they're blue, they come out the other side. What? What's going on there? How is that wrong? Let's assume it's wrong on this side. Um, oh, and the yellow ones have failed as well. What the diddly? How? Oh, is it? No, it's not because they've got power. Charge the bot. Charge the bot. Charge the bot. Oh, I've run out. I've left them somewhere. Oh, sprayers snap over belts rather than the other way around. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. Where did I leave my chargers? I need to look for them before I go and try and find them because I've left them somewhere stupid. Probably right up the other end of the bus. Yes, there they are, practically at the other end of the bus. Let's see if I've got enough power to get there. I think I have. Yeah, it doesn't use that much power flying around. Thump. Right. Okay. So that's working. Let's start making. I'll start making the proliferator Mark 1 first because that's easy. It is just coal. This is just coal and titanium crystals. Well, coal and into that, and then titanium crystals. Sure, but we'll do the Mark 1 first. Then I'll because that's going to be, as I say, that's going to be easier. There's a coal patch here I could do it from, but no, I'm not going to. I'm going to just run off the normal coal supply. I think because I don't want it to be down there. I want to produce it up this end. In fact, we could probably fit that in here in the space where I was previously doing the doing some of the sciencey stuff. You're not running for reason. Oh, you're not got power. Okay, sure you can have some power. There we go. Right, so over here we've probably got coal somewhere nearby. I'll worry about that in a minute. So what I'll do, actually first I'll charge Charge up. There we go. Okay, so we need to. I want to put in a machine here to make the proliferator stuff. So that's going to be an assembly machine. That's a storage assembly machine. Is this guy? Um, I'm going to put it about here, so I'll wait for this to finish. Wait for this charging to finish, and then I'll start up again. Where is coal though? That looks. Do I even have coal on the bus? I'll have to have a look for that. So the coal is being produced here. That's stone actually, but coal is being produced over here, and then presumably, yes, it's fed down here. Oh, okay, it is on the bus. It's just not being used literally at all. So this belt here should be the coal supply, the bus's coal supply, but it's just not being used. Okay, that's actually quite good because that's more or less in the right place. Also, I need to link these into it, but that's easy enough. I can do some spaghetti for that. Right. Okay. Back out of map mode. Pick these back up again. Dum dum dum. Let's put the production machine down just for the sake of it, because I feel like I might as well. Oh, I might want to make assembly machines 2s at some point. I might want to make more blue science at some point, but I probably won't because blue science is relatively quick, and I'll probably extend that by making the tower taller. So we'll make the proliferator goo here. So I want to make goo. It's an item. I want to make goo, and I think actually let's put this here in order to make goo 2. Now, I'm not necessarily going to make it immediately, but I will soon want the goo 2. The goo 2 is my go-to. Then over somewhere here we go. This is coal. I need to join that belt to that belt. Unfortunately, there's something in the way. Fortunately, this is pretty much a solved problem at this stage of the game. So I'll take this belt from here. It'll go up. It'll go down like that. Then I'll take this belt here. It'll go under to here. Yeah, I'll do. Hooray, weird diagonal monstrosities. Then over here, we shall delete this bit. Delete the whole thing. We'll put in one of them there because it'll fit, and then I can link in that into there, and I can have a belt carrot. Ooh, no, not like that. No, 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 no. That's bad. There we go. That's less bad. Then I shall have a belt. No, out of that. Out of delete mode, please. There we go. Now I'll have a belt come out of here higher up. You're not wrong. I should probably paint the paint one before turning it into paint 2. Although, to be honest, the paints take fairly cheap ingredients, so it's not so much of a big deal. I seem to have lost my care and attention for making these things remotely sensibly. And when I started off, I had rules and things as to how I was setting up my main buses. Now it's just it doesn't fit. Oh, make it higher then. I don't care. Do I want to paint the paint one before I turn it to paint? I certainly want to paint the paint twos, don't I? Yeah, all right. Let's do that. So we'll put the machine. So we'll have a belt for paint 1 that comes out of here like this. Probably like this. Is that going to be long enough? Can I put a paintomatron on top of that? Let's find out. Where is that? Is that a production thing? It is a production thing. Let's put the inserter on there first, like this. Then try and put in the painter. Okay, it can still go there. Nice. Because I'm going to want this belt to... No, wait, that's going to be too short. I'm going to want this. Okay. No. Ah, it's broken. Damn it, game. Going to want that there. But There. Okay, so that should be the right piece of belt now. So we put the painter on there. Good, that's worked. Shove the other belts in the side of it, so that's okay. So that's going to paint the paint. We then need to turn that into paint 2 here. So I'll put that one there, and link up again with the inserter, like not like that apparently. Uh, here's a question. If I take that out, oh, you can't. Of course, you can't link off. No, you can't. You can't go off corners. That's the problem. So what I want, yeah. So what I actually want to do is, yeah, that won't go. Yeah, when I do that, it goes from there. So do that instead. That's okay. That's better. Now I can put the painter back on again. I didn't need to take it out in the first place actually. So that goes there. Um, you're going to make paint 2. So the question is, do I want to just jump in straight with paint 2? And I think I might as well because I've already got the crystal things over here. Is it these? It is these. Hang on. Hang on a second. I'm not sure it is those guys. No, that's those. It's the it's diamonds. Oh, that's much easier. Which is a ridiculous thing to say about diamonds, but yeah, diamonds are much easier to make than titanium crystals. I can't remember where I'm making them, but I know it's just you cook the carbon yet again, and boosh, diamonds. All right, where am I making diamonds? I can't even remember what I'm making diamonds for, let alone where I'm making them. I could do with a search function in this game. I really could. Uh, okay, so that's plastic. That's the titanium crystals, which is different from the diamonds because of the spelling. That's carbon being made there. So in theory, it should be after this. Probably. I know I was making diamonds somewhere for something. Let's run along here again, looking fairly close. Ah, diamonds. There we go. So they're coming in here. They're being passed along here, and they're being used for yellow science. Okay. Well, that'll make it nice and easy to find. Right. So here we need to put in a splitter because apparently I didn't do this properly when I was actually building it. So put that there. Then we can remove some of that and then rebuild this like so, and then the other side goes off like that, and then no. We come out of here high up to here, then drop to here, link onto there. Right, nobody'd ever know. We can now go, oh bloody hell, there's another one in the way. The bus is less inviolate than it should be. Over we go. Oh, actually, what's that? Oh, that's a pylon in the middle of there. So all of the, okay, bring it down a little bit, just for sake of sanity. And then we'll go around the pylon, and I'm not even sure how much further we have to go. Okay, we're nearly there. Can I go through here? No, there's the coal belt in the way. I mean, that's mildly ironic, given that it's the coal belt that's going to the same place I just wanted the this for. Okay, we can't do that. Need to go, carry on going over the top of that. Then we can go down a bit, I suspect. Yes, we can. Just punch through here. Then, this is horrible. I apologise to everybody who's having to watch me do this. Oh dear. Then we can come through here and round here. Drop down again to here, and then down again to here. Magic. That was horrible. I feel slightly ashamed. Right, load that into there. Good. So now we should be making magic 2. No, paint 2. Except this isn't running. Why are you not running? Oh, I haven't put an inserter on. That's why. Right. So there's paint 1. It's not getting painted yet, but it's going into the paint 2 machine. From here, I'm going to put in a splitter. Yeah, that was some bad spaghetti, even by my standards. I feel dirty. Put that there. That's fine. I have all of these glorious plans, and then they all just go to spaghetti. Right, so that goes in there. Then we comes out of here, comes along here. That's in the way. Typical. I'm starting to regret my spaghetti. Is regretty a thing? If not, it damn well should be. No, don't go all the way to the ground. Go down to there. Oh dear. Are you going? Is that going into the machine? Yes, yes it is. Excellent. Right, so now, oh no, I haven't painted it on the way out of here. I need to put in another painter first. Oh well, fortunately, I put in that splitter, so I get rid of that like that. Then, oop, I can put in a belt that comes from here. Give me a belt. Comes from here. Go away. A belt, nth time lucky, comes along here like this, turns like this, goes into here like this. And I think I've just realised I'm going to need paint for this painter that's separate for the paint for this. Oh, actually, no. Maybe I could bring that all the way back round. I hate that even more. Actually, ooh, maybe I don't actually. What if I get rid of that? What if, can I put another painter there? Can I then have a belt that comes out of here in the upper level, comes out this side, goes into here. All right, goes here. Stop being difficult. Go into the top of the upper level of this. You know what you want to. Oh, for goodness sake. What's it trying to... Okay, oh, it's too hot. Too high? Go in. Is this just too close together? Is that the problem? If I go to there, and oh, there we go. And now pass through here. All the way over to... All right, all the way round the outside of here. And then in there. There we go. I think that might work. Feels like it should. Now, granted, we don't have power up here, but that's a minor issue. So let's see. I need another. Oh, cock. Put this in. Let's remove that for now. If I put, I should have put the split. I should have put the exerter in for. Do as you're told. There we go. Right, put that there. Yeah, maybe there isn't room for a paint machine in there. Paint by you. Yes, there is. Then I can link the belt straight through the middle of it, apparently. And okay, it's getting absorbed by this. It's getting picked up by the machine. And now it is passing through. Excellent. And these are getting painted. I mean, I can't really tell they've been... Oh, yes, I can. They've got two arrows on the side of them. That's how you know that they're painted. Okay. Right, so that's going okay so far. The next thing is all of this nonsense here. We'll extend the belts across like that and like that. And then we get some more paint pots. No, paint spray guns. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get a belt, and we bring it out of here at the upper level. We bring it across to here, and then we go straight through the middle of all of those, and they will then start absorbing all of these paint things, and we fill them up with green paint like this. Lovely. And then hopefully that should mean that now when I put my science systems back over here, I could paint the diamonds. I'm not going to right at this moment. I'm painting the important stuff first. Like the paint apparently, because we've got as much going out into these things as we have into these machines, but still, you should basically be full. Oh, I don't know. What's the limiting factor here? It's just how fast these machines can build, isn't it? Yeah, it's just how fast this machine will run creating the stuff. Okay, so that means that by the time I've finished rebuilding all of the science system over here, it'll probably be fine and dandy and working again. So that means here I want to have, yeah, that's enough space. One, and I have two science stacks, I believe. Boom, like that. Then I'm going to take three down each side, I guess. Yeah, because that's the limiting factor is how many of the, yeah, three down each side. Oh, but then if you're passing it all the way from the third one out, it's going to take a bit longer to get them in, isn't it? It's going to take long enough to pass them across, so that might be a problem. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Let's do research. Yeah, this is. Oh, so 0 hashes per second. Oh, right, yeah, that's yeah research. Yeah, so that's doing 0 hashes per second probably at the moment because it just doesn't have any power or any anything really. So I put that there to power them both, and I'll probably put one on the other side as well to power everything on this side because there's going to be some more of that needed. Right. Yeah, my concern at the moment. Actually, I know how I could alleviate a little bit. So my concern is that if I have the three belts going along here and then two belts on the other side for the other two sciences, the ones that are further out, the furthest one out, the one that's here, it'll take quite a bit longer to pass the science packs from here to put them into the machine. So therefore, it's going to run a bit slower, and we're going to have problems getting enough science done. I could potentially have the blue and the red as the close ones because they're the ones that you usually use the most of. In fact, I think I'll do that. This is going to require some spaghetti from all of the other ones, but if I bring the blues through there and the reds through like that, and then I guess the yellow would be the next one because you need quite a lot of yellows as well. Yellows is the next one you're going to need a decent number of. And then at this point, actually, the purples might as well go on the outside over here because it's... No, they shouldn't. No, they should be the next one on the other side. So what we need to do then is we take the purples, we bring them up one, like that, across, N, and then down, and across there. And then we might... There's only been one that I've had to spaghetti weirdly. And then later when I have greens, we can bring them in along there like that. Right, okay. So now these are mostly painted, which is good. Now let's put in the inserters. So we want 1, 2, 1, 2, and then around the other side we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that isn't my stomach. That's the research starting to work again. So I don't know. Let's click on one of these and see if there's any sort of... So there we go. We've got speed ups on all of these. So we're doing 72 hashes per second. We've got 20% extra hashes coming through. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's better or not. It claims to be. It claims you're getting the plus 20% there because all of these have got the speed ups on them. And it says we're getting 20% extra hashes. It says it's contributing 72 hashes per second. These are all just numbers. I don't know if that means the science is being done with more. It's running faster, sure. Those numbers are going down much quicker than they were, and that's going to just eat up all of my available science very, very quickly. As you can see, where the blues just vanishing as they come through there. So this is now too quick, but I don't know whether it's actually doing more science. It probably is, but it might. I don't know. I don't know. I'm aware that, oh no, you can just about make out the arrows on there. I think it does, but I'm still not 100% convinced that hashes and sciences are the same thing. I'm not sure. You may well be right. I might be worrying about this unnecessarily, but I am not certain. Anyway, we now have a short... Yeah, so actually what this means now is that I now need to paint all of the input ingredients for making blue science, because it's making it too slowly now. Now the input ingredients are these green circuits and these, so that's not too difficult. I could potentially, well, I could get rid of this stacker here. I could move this whole thing across a little bit, split them off, have a little painting area in here, and then feed them into it. That's probably worth doing. In fact, I think I think that'll be my right. It's 11 o'clock. That'll be what I do next week, because at the moment, they're now using up the ingredients too quickly. As you can see, we've got to the point where we just can't keep up with the science. None of them are keeping, not even the red's keeping up, and that was traditionally the fastest because it's got 2 stacks. So this is going to be one of those things that drifts backwards, should we say? So at the moment, I've got this. This is too quick. In fact, let's get rid of this stack. There we go. That's just unnecessary. Let's do that. Let's turn that off and do that. Let's you have take my science. All right, I'll do it manually then if you insist. There we go. Right, so that was too fast. So I've dropped it down to just running on the 1 stack, and it's now, well, it's limited by yellow as is traditional. I'll turn that back on again so I can see what's happening. Yeah, so they're all running at the same speed, so it's limited by yellow as you'd expect. So the blue can catch up a little bit. What I will do is start painting the inputs for this at some point. And then I'll go over. No, actually, I should start with the yellow, shouldn't I? Really, because given that that's the limiting factor at the moment. So I'll go over and paint the inputs of the yellow. Probably paint the inputs of the purple as well, because that's expensive too. And just work my way back, and then do the reds, and then eventually the blues. And then from there, I will spend the rest of next week's stream going all the way back. Yeah, if you just post it in the chat, Alexander, that should be fine. If it doesn't let you, then post it in my Discord, I guess. I think you should be able to post links. I don't think I've blocked them. Yeah, so what I'll do next week is, as I say, upgrade these to all run off the painted stuff. Then I shall spend the rest of the stream going through all of the inputs to all of those things, painting those as well, because they're then going to be far too high demand. Ooh, here's a thought. If a stack of stuff goes through, do you think it takes 1 or 2 paints, or 1, 2, or 4 paints to paint it? So if you've got a stack of 4, can you save on paint? I don't know. Interesting to find out. Yeah, we shall see about that, I guess. So the blue sciences presumably are getting stacked now. Yes, they are. Mostly. Can't tell. I don't know how to tell whether it's using a paint per stack or a paint per item. Also, they yeah, I don't know. We shall see. We probably won't see. I've no idea how I'd tell, but never mind. I just sort of trust it to reserve 623. I mean, yeah, I have no idea what's going on, how that works with stacked stuff. But I'm not going to stack it for very much longer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Or at least I don't think I need to stack it, because the reason I was stacking it before has kind of gone away. Let's put the belt in as normal. There we go, like that. I'm going to be holding some blue science now, aren't I? Oh, I won't be able to see it. Anyway, right. Yeah, I've got 14 of them. Okay, so yes, I'm going to start spray painting the inputs for each of the sciences. Then that's just going to push its way back and back and back up the logistics chain. So I have to paint in this case, it's going to be the iron and the I'm going to need to paint the iron and the copper that get made into green circuits. Then I'm going to need to paint the copper ore that gets made into copper, because that's going to go in faster. Then I'm going to need to put in more mining drills. It's just going to be a palaver, but never mind. We'll see how it goes. And I'm going to need to put a stack in there because it's going to take it faster as well. And all these belts are already full. And yes, this is going to get interesting rather quickly. And I'm not sure it's going to be the good sort of interesting. So we'll see how that goes. but it'll be an adventure. It'll be fun, and at least this is probably saving me a little bit of science. So, and all of the resources that go into it. So that's good. Right. Well, I think, as I say, I'm going to finish the stream here. So thank you for watching. Um, don't forget to go and check out our sponsor. That's trefoil.be. Go to trefoil.be/Laurence Plays. Links in the YouTube description. And use the code Laurence Plays on checkout to get 20% off your hosting for your gaming servers. And come back on again on all of the time. So there's going to be Factorio videos on Friday and Saturday because with four of us playing Factorio at the moment on the space exploration run, getting so much stuff done that it takes me ages to talk about it all. So I thought, let's make some more videos. There's two of those coming out every week now, and there'll be a summary video for this stream coming out on Sunday as well, as usual, exactly as it has been for the last few weeks. There's the Factorio stream is on Monday, so come along to watch that. That's great. It's a good stream. We like that one. It's the favourite. It's the one that it's my favourite game. It seems to be the popular stream. I'm really enjoying space exploration and Crastorio, and actually I'm enjoying playing with the other guys. But don't tell Mike I said that. So yeah, come along for that. It's good fun, and maybe someday I'll release more videos at other times as well. But I just haven't had the time recently, I'm afraid. So sorry about that. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. There will always be more. I think we've got quite a lot done in this one. I've got local logistics flying around here with these buzzy little logistics bots carrying the coal around. So it's fun to play with that. I've got purple science. That's quite nice, and I've started spray painting things as well. So that was I mean, that's a thing. Uh, why not? Yeah, next time I'm going to carry on painting all of the things and then trying to make everything go a bit faster. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.